Welcome back to Los Angeles 2119. We are Callisto 6, and I am learning a very hard lesson tonight about not eating atomic fireballs candy and then drinking peppermint tea. Don't do it.
That sounds amazing.
It is a strange flavor bouquet that I don't recommend.
Oh my.
It tastes a lot like, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we know who we aren't getting sponsors from.
Yeah.
Or are we?
I was going to say, I've been eating that candy since I was 11. You better sponsor it. Okay, so welcome back, everybody. We're going to go ahead and jump into a thank you to the people who helped make this season possible. So quick shout out, as always, to Okie Dokie Dice. Thank you so much for sponsoring season 2 of Callisto 6. Okie Dokie Dice, as you've heard me say, they're going to be available here in North America. They're available in all markets, but they're going to be available here in North America at the end of March, which is coming up. Which is coming up. They've got all the different types of dice styles, and you can find them at okidokiddice.com and on all the social medias at Okie Dice on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So thank you very much, Okie Dice, for that. Also, real quick, a huge thank you to our friends over at Monty Cook Games. As always, big fans of the show and have been sponsoring us. We really appreciate it. And also, thanks for creating the cipher system. That's been useful. That's been kind of useful. So the big news coming out of Monty Cook Games right now is, of course, they've got a Kickstarter that's live for Arcana of the Ancients.
It looks so cool.
Oh yeah, I am so eager. It's been a while since I've been this excited about a D&D supplement. Ravenloft, then the Eberron supplement that was published, and then now this. So cool. To give you guys an idea of what Arcana of the Ancients is, the world-winning world of Numenera is expanding beyond the ninth world and into yours. Arcana of the Ancients is going to be a hefty, art-filled covered book packed with creatures, devices, abilities, and adventures to integrate mysterious high-technology science fantasy into your traditional 5e game. Writers Monty Cook, Bruce Cordell, and Sean Reynolds are returning to their old stomping grounds, known for their work in D&D 5e, Planescape, Ptolus, and Psionics. I always grin when I say that word. So Arcana of the Ancients is already funded on Kickstarter, and the stretch goals are being added more every single day, so definitely check it out. They just revealed what the limited edition Arcana of the Ancients looks like. It's nice. So the Kickstarter ends April 12th, so definitely go and check it out. It's at mymcg.info/Arcana5e to learn more. So thank you, Monty Cook Games, as always. I am stupid levels of happy that they are doing that. I just want to see an Elven Ranger with a jetpack.
We all do.
Who doesn't want to see that? I want to see a halfling rogue with like a cybernetic Gatling gun arm.
Yep.
Typical Tuesday.
I want to, yeah.
I want these things.
Yeah, these are things, I don't know. These are things that I was just like, you know what D&D doesn't have? But it can now. All right, so that's the other announcement that I have, and I don't have it with me on my notes because I'm a responsible show host and person here at GNS. So WonderCon. That's not this weekend, but next weekend.
Yeah.
And we are going to be having some panels there. Vampire's doing a live show.
What?
Do you have any of that info on you, Xander? Because you're going to be there.
I'm going to be in it.
Yeah.
X is going to be a part of the coterie, as well as Ava, played by Joe, friend of the show.
Good friend of the show.
Yeah, and we're going to be examining and finding out who the Baron of Anaheim is.
Oh.
What?
Who knows?
Is it Walt Disney?
Maybe.
It could
my
be.
God.
Could be
Oh
if
my
he's
God.
in Kindred.
He's not frozen under the Epcot dome. He's
Disneyland by night.
Disneyland by night.
Disneyland by night.
But we're also doing a panel together about RPGs.
That's right. I'm hosting. This will be the very first time I've ever hosted a panel, so it's not. I'm so glad that they didn't put a celebrity on the panel because that would have been nerve-wracking.
It's okay. I'm not that much of a celebrity.
Thankfully.
Don't be humble, Xander.
Thankfully, every time I stammer when I ask Deborah Ann Wall a question, I'll have you to look at, and of course, Sam.
Yeah.
Because Sam will also be on the panel. So definitely check us out at WonderCon. We're all going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what's up?
Amy might be there too.
I think so.
Are you going to be on the RPGE panel? I actually have not had a chance.
I think so.
Yeah.
You should be. You and I can we'll just form our little group and be like,
Yeah.
everyone else go away. You'll have to be the middle person, Sandra, because you've been in
bullying
every
thing, where we
freaking
bully
game in this.
people.
I know.
You've been in every RPG on this channel.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
No, it's
Best time.
No, it's really it's just shows that GNS is doing it right.
Oh,
It's a
thank you.
simple formula.
Yeah.
Put Xander in your project, the project gets back.
Why do you think he's my band partner?
Fair.
Thank you, everybody.
No
I
problem.
tried a solo career, it didn't work, and I
not
was
true.
like, I'll get a Xander.
I invented Just Add Xander.
Yeah.
I was born to just add gender.
I'm up to here with just that Xander. Let me tell you.
Hashtag just add gender.
Speaking of which, we're also having a Relics and Rarities panel as well.
That is
So,
me right.
Saturday is going to be a big day for all of you that love GNS content because we're just giving it to you.
HashtagXanderCon.
That's about right.
Yep.
Anybody
I'll be
else?
there in the audience going, good job, buddy.
Good job, Xander.
I'll like throw things at you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Welcome.
Happy things, right?
Sure.
Happy insults.
Like what, cotton candy? Like what? Throwing happy things. What is that?
Love, affection, compliments.
Compliments.
Got it. I was thinking of physical.
I was
said
with
love,
you.
but I thought you were going to say lava.
Ask, it hurts
great,
and
yeah.
is good.
Yeah, nice.
So does anybody else have any announcements they want to add
have
before
two-
we... You have... Oh, yes.
Yes, I have an update. Sadly, I will not be at the Nerdist panel at WonderCon next Saturday. My scheduling just got all wonky. So
You're too important.
but still go, and it's going to be in the same, like back to back with all these other amazing panels. So just go and have fun and without me. And the other thing is that the Improvised Generation is still going here in LA. We have at least 2 of our episodes on YouTube. So if you go to Twitter at Improvised Gen, Gen, you can find our YouTube link through there. Sorry, that's a lot of steps. I'll tweet it at the break. And yeah, the first episode on our YouTube is centered on Captain Georgia Thompson, who's my character, and it was a really fun episode, and we feel really good about it. So go check that out.
You're destined for command. No matter what character you play, it always seems like you're going to end up in command. Yep. All right. Does anybody have any other announcements before we jump into tonight's game? Yes, Sam.
Oh, I'm excited.
I like how that sounds.
All right. Well, with that, everybody, let's jump into tonight's episode of Callisto 6.
in order to prepare for the sudden change in the city's revenue. Oya, a member of the Callisto 6, is finally beginning to understand the incredible reach of her powers. Bridging the space between alternate realities, Oya came into contact with Ollie, the mirror version of herself. He revealed that he and his team are also making plans to stop Fletcher Krause. With their connection, they were able to share information in hopes of gaining an advantage, before being abruptly interrupted by Fletcher itself. Taking what they have learned, the team devises a daring scheme to infiltrate Pyramid Star's Space Museum. There, they plan to retrofit the venerable space shuttle Endeavor for spaceflight using modern technology. Accomplishing this in plain sight will be no small feat, nor will the journey to the shuttle's ultimate destination, the moon. I'm Hakeem Sophia. Rest easy, Los Angeles.
Anyone.
And that is where we're going to pick up, except fast forward 2 weeks. So, tonight's game actually begins on the 7th day of Hanukkah, New Year's Eve, 2119. And we're about to hit, we're about to hit 2020 in the calendar. So, let's all remind ourselves that when we do the intro.
21, 20.
21, 20.
I was like, 2020, whoa. We're going back in
Here, we're all.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Moya.
What year is this?
So we're going to start off tonight's episode. It is a very cool Los Angeles morning. winter, as we all know, as it approaches in Los Angeles, doesn't always drop down below 60 degrees. Although, since the environment has changed somewhat in the future, after people finally realizing maybe they shouldn't be jackasses about how they treat this planet, and figuring out how to deposit their trash and a bunch of other stuff that'll probably make all of us wish that we had done a better job of taking care of this world. All right, I'll stop the commentary. Sorry, I was a biology major. What do you want? So the truth of the matter is the weather patterns have improved somewhat, and so Los Angeles is experiencing a nice, chill approach to winter. And as we have hit this late December day, you, Cass, are stepping out of Amelia as she has parked once again in the parking lot. Now, Amelia has been doing a lot of heavy lifting lately. There's been a lot of transporting going around. We are 2 weeks into the plan to refit the Space Shuttle Endeavor where it sits inside the Space Museum in corporate LA's the attached Space Museum to Pyramid Star Solutions. Big public
All
area.
that stuff I said was really boring. I take it back.
The area has been sectioned off, utilizing the manipulative abilities of both a monstrously powerful technopath and a shapeshifter. Y'all have managed to forge all the necessary documents, assume all the necessary identities, acquire the necessary robotic workforce, and have proceeded to put together the materials you need to begin this construction. There have been a couple of incidents where things have gotten a little close to y'all being figured out, but the truth of the matter is all it takes is a quick shape-shifted executive to come walking up and say, get back to work, leave this alone. This is going to be a reveal after the holidays.
People take you seriously when you wear kitten heels.
Right.
Really strange.
So all these nice signs been pulled up on this beautiful marbled floor that cover the area where the Endeavor is normally parked that says, please excuse our mess, we're improving.
Pardon our dust.
Yeah.
Our
We're making
stardust.
stardust. On the other side, of this barrier are the sounds of welding and sparks and construction going on. And Amelia has been transporting back and forth all the necessary materials to do these modifications. There's also been a couple of other developments since we last left off. Dr. Anika Patel has made contact with her wife and child again. This went over about as expected. Emotionally fraught, extremely happy, really pissed off, extremely happy, and then really pissed off again as Anika has explained to her wife that she cannot join her yet, that she has work to do here before she leaves. You have all noticed too that Dr. Patel has not told her wife. By the way, if anybody wants names, I have names.
Yes.
Yes!
Oh, my pencil's gone.
Her wife took her last name. So her wife is Ileana Patel. And her daughter is Jody. Yes.
Jody, yes.
Yes, Jody.
How? Do you know how old Jody is?
Jody's 7. And I want to point out that what I was going to say is Dr. Patel. It was kind of hard not to hear the conversation. It was as it was happening.
It was
Here in
loud
Blue Dolphin.
and full of love.
Ileana had a lot of things to say, and then full of love. But yes, but it was not easy to. Pretty much everyone kind of. It was one of those moments where Dr. Patel came walking out of her guest room on Blue Dolphin, with her head lowered and looked up at everybody, and everyone went right back to their jobs, kind of like, oh yeah, well this looks like a piece of paper.
Most important question, though.
What's up?
Was the cat there?
Callisto.
The Callisto.
Callisto.
The cat.
Well, you would have had to have watched the video chat to have known that, and you weren't there for that, unfortunately. But you can ask Dr. Patel if you want to reveal that you were listening into her emotional
Where
conversation.
the hell's the cat?
You just grab her by the collar. Where's the cat, Patel?
Tell me the cat's okay. Did the cat make it?
One of the things that everyone has probably noticed and has probably become a little bit a piece of the conversation since Patel is kind of becoming a little bit of an honorary member of the team at this point is that she left out the part about going to the moon and trying to save the world. A highly dangerous mission.
What?
That she clearly did not tell the missus about.
She probably just forgot, you know, like
Probably
She has to
just
eventually.
forgot.
Ileana is a valuable asset to our mission.
We kind of need the rocket science part of the
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
She has been siphoning information from Ileana and has been like asking questions. In the conversations that they have had, Ileana has obviously caught on that something is up and has made demands. But y'all have not been privy to those conversations. All you know is that every time there is a work check, Dr. Patel returns with corrected notes. And it's been incredibly useful. Here's what you've discovered about the Endeavor.
Oh God.
It's useless. For the purposes of what y'all are trying to do, the reason why it will actually work for you is because you simply need the fuselage. You need the structure. You need that to fly in.
Useless.
And in all truth, no one's going to notice the Endeavor missing as much as they're going to notice some of the other spacecraft that are a little more recent in the memory of the public. So as a result of that, the Endeavor has come with a little bit of a bonus that no one's paying too much attention to the old spacecraft. However, it has called for some pretty dramatic changes to her structure. The day where Dr. Patel came out of her room and put down her notepad and said, "We're gonna have to remove the wings. We can use some of the force field technology that we've invented to actually create some studs that will create it's much like some of the more experimental space flights that they've done in the past using force technology. But we're probably only gonna be able to do this once. So we're gonna need to probably invent some kind of like parachuting system, something to help us touch down. I need to go over this again." And then she paused and looks back and was just like, we're basically gonna have to just turn it into a rocket.
So if we de-wing the shuttle, we just gonna have a force field there? Like we're gonna have like little space windows or something? Because I don't
Space windows?
like as a force field. What are you trying to say? Are we gonna
Why would we do that?
Hobbs, I don't think they're going to keep the holes in the side.
Oh, I see.
Right?
That's where I was confusing.
Like,
patch it up.
You said
What? No.
force field.
We don't want to
Okay.
die.
I panicked. Okay, I'm no rocket brain surgeon or whatever it's called. I'm just going back to solitaire. I'm gonna play cards in the corner.
You and Cass is like, wasn't it already a rocket? Carry on.
Yeah, I'm teaching Cass poker in the corner. We were useless to all of you.
And Patel there's a beat after the exchange stops, and she just goes, "Rocket brain surgeon?" And
Right? Rocket
I know what you
surgery? Yeah. Brain science.
the maneuvering
Rocket.
thrusters that we're going to be losing are problematic, but I have thoughts.
Okay.
But essentially, the full body of the Endeavor itself will actually be quite useful here, but we're going to have to modify the thrust system as well. Thankfully, technology has advanced dramatically since the Endeavor last flew to space, so it won't be that difficult when it comes to getting her off the ground. I think the big problem is, after looking through everything that KP has supplied us and going over all the notes, fixing the structure, removing the wings, adding the force field technology that we need,
Oh, no.
and incorporating the thruster systems, none of this is as big as a problem as fuel. She's gonna need fuel.
Will a battery work?
Well, I mean, she'll have we're already gonna install a battery on her that'll help, but getting us off the surface and into orbit, that's gonna require... It's not that this is a problem, per se. The fuel is super easy once you install it into the... I mean, it would be easy to install that in. Fuel efficiency, of course, since the original space program has, again, improved dramatically. We don't have to use nuclear fusion anywhere near the levels that were required to make missions like this work in the past. But problem is when you want to acquire this kind of level of fuel, it tends to flag you as a terrorist or something. I don't know where we're going to get it. Unless KP's got some contacts he's not telling us about.
Oh, I'm sure he does.
Well, then I'll leave it to y'all. But if you can get a supply, thankfully, because it's just a mission to there and back, we won't need a whole lot. Like I said, fuel efficiency is improved pretty dramatically. So maybe if he can do that, that'd be great. That's the only other note that I have right now. That and of course, getting the wings off of the body of the ship itself. That's going to be.
And will we be able to put the wings back on, and then like put it back where we found it, so no one notices?
Glue or something?
She probably. I mean, yes, absolutely. I mean, yeah, the tech to basically reattach the metallurgy. Yeah, well, you can do that.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's actually how this one was built. I think most of them are built out of. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't you actually constructed out of decommissioned tanks? And you see Honey Baby just look over and says, "I'll take that as a yes." But yeah, I think essentially it'll be pretty easy to get the wings back on.
Okay.
It'll be a restoration project after we've landed.
And she'll have a all new reason to be famous. I'm gonna go get some sleep. It's been about
Forget about her now.
27 hours. I'll be back.
Sleep is good.
Sleep is good. And these are what the conversations have been like with Dr. Patel. She's carrying a lot of the weight, checking with her wife, getting the notes. Lacey's been making sure the lines are clean, and then getting back to coordinating the robot worker force, which is welding.
A lot of robots.
Yeah, lots of
Baby's
robots.
a really good foreman. Forbot.
Forbot.
But it's a lot of coordination and a lot of bots in my brain at once.
Yeah, lots of. Although
Once is not my strong suit.
I will say this, Lacey. There is something incredibly refreshing about how simplistic, understandable, and direct each and every one of these robots are, saying exactly what they mean at the moment they mean it and getting a direct answer. There's no ego. There's any miscommunications locks up the communication, and until they break it down, figure it out, and then move into the next phase. Lots of yeses and nos, and moving forward, it is a symphony of simplicity working with the robots. It's just a lot. All the time, the same voice, because even though your brain is able to differentiate between each unit that's working on this shuttle, think of it as the same tonality and voice for every machine constantly talking. So it sounds like someone having 20 to 30 different conversations with themselves per second, all at once.
It's nice to have something to hyper-focus on. We've been everywhere at once doing a bunch of different things. Having a sustained project feels really good.
Dr. Patel, you can use my hat if you want. It helps
Your hat?
if you're tired.
I'm tired. You have a hat?
Yeah, go look in my room. It's actually very cute. It has a little lightning bolt. Luma decked it out. It looks nice. Lacey made it. It'll help you sleep if you're having trouble, like if you got a lot of numbers running through your head, or like rocket surgery.
So it's like a neural thingy.
Sure, whatever that's called. Yeah. They,
Cranial magnet.
they did their thing, and
Rocket brain surgery.
thank you. The rocket brain surgery.
Oh,
Just
I get it now.
put it on your
Rocket
head.
brain surgery.
Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you, Hobbs.
You're welcome. Full house.
Damn it.
Sorry.
And this is what it's been like day in and day out for the past few weeks. These little conversations where Patel will emerge from a room and then to either go to the site and observe it from quite a long ways away. Patel is not getting anywhere in LA, but thankfully, thanks to Lacey, has a direct link up to the robots and is actually able to help coordinate what's going on. And when she's not talking to her wife, she's back in her room drafting up more solutions to problems. Just for the sake of expediency, KP does in fact have connections to get the fuel required in order to compensate for
Of course he
the
does.
engines.
Yeah. Doesn't look like a terrorist act if it comes from a government official.
And the person, the person to deliver actually at about this point, the person to deliver the news, as y'all are loading in crates of supplies onto Amelia in the parking lot, a car parks, decloaks, And you see the doors open and Cobalt comes stepping out and
Oh.
they're loading it. And on the other
right.
side,
I'm like, wait a minute.
and on the other side, well, there's
yeah.
2 doors on the car. So Cobalt comes out of one. The driver's side opens up, and then you see the very familiar Kotsuchi leaning up against the car and just goes, "Hello. Go talk to your friends."
Oh, right.
Oh, but if they overheard me say that, let them know they're my friends too.
Yes, of course. Thank you for the ride.
Hello, tech friend.
Hello, tech friend. Thank you again for the cloak.
And the
Welcome.
selfie.
Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you again.
Yeah.
And as Cobalt steps out, you can kind of see that the transparency of him is a little bit more apparent. He's kind of blue all over the place. Still passable as like human, but it's just a little off.
Ghost-like.
You look great.
Yeah,
Thank
good,
you.
Blue.
I could not believe that every bit of information that I gathered for Kylan Prime, you've already discovered. When you contacted him, he had nothing new to share, so I feel like I haven't really been much help.
No, we appreciate it.
Oh, yes. Well, I guess I don't really know what's going on then, but I've been rallying the citizens and spreading the message. And
Wait, we're going to the moon.
what?
You hear the heavy thunder sound. Kotsuchi walks up behind you and you see him trying futilely to light a cigarette in his mouth, and he's just, they're building a spaceship.
You're building a
They're
spaceship.
all going to be cosmonauts.
Oh,
Renovated.
upgrades to Amelia then? Oh, that was a fun note.
We've been practicing.
We're starting a band.
Thought, but she's a terrestrial vehicle, and so we thought that we would need one that was a little more optimized. Have you ever heard of the Space Shuttle Endeavor? We're retrofitting the Space Shuttle Endeavor, and also we kind of need you if you're up for it.
And also your blood.
For the best part.
And we're
My
gonna,
blood?
Yeah, that one's for safety. Health and safety.
Kotsuchi takes a cigarette out of his mouth and says, I had some thoughts I thought I'd share with you.
Yeah.
You should paint bear with bow tie on side of space shuttle.
Can we do that in different shades of blue?
We're in public, Cal.
Yes. Well, I've actually.
Bear Dever. Huh? In Bearver.
and Devin Bear.
It'll come to me.
Bear
And Deaf Bear.
It'll come to me. I'll find it.
Bear Dev.
I'll come back to you on it.
I don't know.
Speaking of which, I've had a little bit of an upgrade, and he shows that he's not wearing his like spray mechanics, and you can see that from his bare wrist,
Bare wrist?
bare wrist, an opening like kind of comes through, and it's the new enhanced like spray.
Did you implant those?
I did. I had them implanted,
Wow.
That actually looks really good.
implanted.
and they disappear.
That's really good work.
Thank you. I knew I should have come to you first, but
Well, I mean, my installation isn't really my specialty, but yeah, no, that surge. I'll talk to you later. I'd love to refer people.
yes, I've also been practicing with my abilities.
Oh, good, because I don't know how much you have stocked up in your forearm there, but you're gonna need a lot of spray paint.
Oh, am I painting the shuttle?
Yes.
Kinda.
I've got some ideas.
All right.
So, do you remember that mission that we did before when you sprayed with the blue and then you just went right through it?
Yes, that's what I do.
Well, we kind of need the shuttle to go through the building.
I've practiced on small objects with me, and of course everything I'm carrying goes with me, but
So just like carry the shuttle down?
what? Maybe
I mean,
Cass could.
It's a team effort.
We'll keep
carry
you.
practicing.
You touch the shuttle.
We've got about, how many days? 13? 13 days left.
Yeah.
Oh,
you got
good.
this.
It's plenty of time. To,
You climb my back. I lift the shuttle. You touch it.
Yes,
Perfect.
I will.
I mean, this is just one plan of many, I think. Do we have a plan B?
No,
C?
I think this is
Yeah, so you
it.
gotta learn how to do it before in 13 days.
I will try my best.
If I try to clap you on the back, what happens?
You go in just a little bit further than you should be able to.
Sorry.
That's creepy.
I actually don't quite feel that. So.
Are you staying here then?
Yes, I guess.
All right.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And
Good luck, I suppose. Let me know if I can help.
If you want to go to the moon.
I want to run up to Koshi and just hand him like a little envelope and just say, "Don't forget tonight the party."
Oh, it's New Year's, isn't it? Oh, yes.
right.
Party. Oh, good. Yes, I don't... They're having the ball drop in downtown corporate LA. I didn't want to go.
Oh, that's not this party.
Good. I never have anything to wear. Good.
Wear whatever you want.
That's fine too.
I run out of shirts every time I work with
Or
people.
I should go.
I'll see you there then. Yeah.
Perfect.
Do I know about the party?
Yeah, who knows about it?
A party?
Yeah.
I was waiting till you got here.
Oh.
So the museum is having a party, and I mean, I have to attend as the curator. So I thought it would be really fun if we could all go, and then it's a really good way to get you in. And since I have to decorate for the party, we can paint the ceiling blue.
So it's going up to the roof of the museum?
I mean, it's a rocket,
through
so
the
it
roof.
has to go up.
Are we launching it in the museum and then phasing it while it's going?
Yeah.
How else do you launch a rocket?
I mean, we might destroy a couple of artifacts
Keep in
along
mind,
the
I
way.
don't know how rockets work. That's your job. That's
didn't
why
know
we're
about this
friends.
part
I
of the
think, can we like tow it out with Amelia first and then?
This is the only way.
Oh crap!
There is so the thruster tech that Dr. Patel has been talking to you about
Yes.
is very similar to a lot of the Harrier jet technology of the present day. There is going to be a way to get the shuttle up and out. You don't necessarily have to blast straight off
burning
through the
the-
ceiling, but
Place to the ground.
just keep in
Burning
mind
Pyramid Stars Museum.
again.
I mean,
Again.
Amy's asking. Cass is on board.
I just want to remind y'all, it's not just the ceiling. It's the ceiling, everything that's on the other side of that ceiling, everything that's above the wiring, all of that, and then to the top of the ceiling, and then beyond.
That's
You're
why the
just-
rocket has to be the thing that phases.
Yes.
Right.
Because we can't paint the whole building blue. That's why we just paint the rocket blue and no one can see it under the cloaking tech. I love the cloaking tech. I love the cloaking tech. I love the cloaking
Tell
tech.
Koshi.
Do we need to level up your
And about that point, you
Let's
see the
level them
car,
up.
Kosh's car, speeding off.
He knows.
Wait,
Oh,
do
that's
we
right.
have to like?
So you just need to paint the rocket blue and help phase the rocket. That's what it was. I really wanted to paint it blue. It's such a weird gray color in there, and it just would look nicer with color.
Unfortunately, your first impulse was correct. Even though I am blue or wearing blue, the thing that I phase through also has to be emitting.
I knew it.
But I've managed to expand my range a little bit, so it's not simply one shade of blue. I've gone darker and I've gone lighter and
what's your
dabbled
frequency
in
range?
green.
Really?
It's different.
Do shades of yellow work too?
Not quite to the warm colors yet.
That's fascinating.
We get as far as cyan, we can do a lot. Okay, I'll
we don't
put
have
the
to
bots
blow
on
it
it.
You just have to throw it up, and then we'll ignite.
Again, I'm
Blue
not.
up.
Blow up and blow up.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is why we're having a party.
Just yes and. I learned
wait.
that's a trick.
So your plan is to launch a rocket out of a building that is now filled with people because of
No.
That's we're
13
doing it
days
13
we're launching the
days.
rocket.
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
the party's to paint the rocket.
I mean, usually you paint the town red, but we're working with what we've got.
It's invisible. No one will see you do it.
Okay, that's the problem. I got it. Okay. Yes.
You're making a face.
No.
Something wrong?
It seems a little risky. What if I'm not able to phase it through the roof?
Then the world ends.
I feel like you're doubting yourself now, and I just want to remind you that you're amazing.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, but we should not have a backup plan, or...
I mean, that's what I said, but whatever.
We're all out of backup.
We only got one rocket. There is no backup plan.
I mean, we could just shoot through the roof and then repair it later.
That might end up happening anyway.
Yeah.
That is the backup plan.
Backup plan is just shooting it through the
plan
roof.
is still the same plan. Also, everyone, here's your envelope. Also,
Party
I
at
added
a museum?
What's that?
A party at a museum?
There are many levels. Everyone will just be in the lobby, but we can explore the museum after.
Okay, I'm down for that.
I added a couple extra.
It, like, fell
just
down.
in case you wanted to invite your family.
No.
Mine fell through a little bit, and I'm just...
Oh, I'll hold on to yours.
Okay.
Oh, here you go.
Thanks.
Yeah. Also, an invitation for your mom in there too, in case she wants to join.
Probably not. It's New Year's Eve. She's got some plans.
Okay.
You know.
Well, everyone's got one.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
ask around
Maybe.
and we should all be together.
As the conversation continues to build a little bit, as everyone's kind of getting a little excited about this idea of a party on New Year's, which will, by the way, be your first New Year's together for most of you. Cass, you find yourself holding this envelope. There are 2 tickets to this party. And the word family is ringing in your ears. The din of conversation happening all around you. You kind of slide that back into your pocket. And after a little bit of time has passed, everyone continues loading up the supplies and catching up and conversing about this evening's activities. Downtown LA is doing what it normally does at this particular time of year. It doesn't do this in real life, but here you notice that on occasion the buildings will sort of have this like light streak come up in corporate LA that make it almost look like it's building momentum to a big explosion of light towards the end of the evening. So every now and then you'll just see this streak of light like race up the side of one of the buildings. Almost,
I could do that.
Almost like it's like a slash of light and then it just vanishes. And they're doing it in a coordination. It's just to build that tension before the big show tonight. Because LA kind of has that big sort of the New York version of the ball dropping these days. Not quite as spectacular as Times Square, its own LA version.
And not as cold.
And not as cold, right. But as everyone's loading up all of the equipment and whatnot, Cass, you actually get a chirping sound and popping up on your glasses. It says incoming message.
To tap it.
It's from the sender says Uncle Charlie.
I duck around a corner.
You just kind of move off to the side as you see this popping up, and just activates. As you move closer to where the funnel cake van is normally parked, the truck that serves funnel cakes usually doesn't get here until after midnight, or rather after the sun sets until midnight. You walk over to that little area where it's a little more secluded and you activate the message and you see your Uncle Charlie pop up on screen. Uncle Charlie, of course, now in his 50s, looking like he normally does whenever you see him, the consummate artist. Shirtless, tattoos all over, kind of like a tattoo sleeve going up and down his arm, very wiry but muscular body, and of course scars just beneath the pecs. And you see that short hair that's buzzed off a little bit on the side and tied back. Very similar stylings, and may have been a bit of an inspiration for Cass, I suspect. Or there's just a coincidence in appreciation of style. But he just goes, "Hey, Cass, sorry to bother you. I hate having to call you about this because I know you're busy, but a couple of months ago my place got broken into and my stuff got stolen. Work hasn't been going so well, so I'm being evicted, and I need some help moving some stuff. And I was wondering if you weren't busy. I wouldn't have called you if it wasn't important, but..."
You said message. Is this a live call or is this a message I'm getting?
It was a message you got.
Okay, sorry. Please continue.
Yeah. And he just says, so if you're not busy, that'd be great. If not, don't worry about it. I'm sure I can ask a few people I know to come help. But there's beer in it, as always. So, yeah. Anyway, it would be good to see you, too. It's been a while. All right. That's it. Thanks.
Do I have his latest address?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's lived in the same place for the past 20 years. Yep. Not too
How long ago was this message?
About 5 minutes.
I gotta go!
Shouting from across the parking lot.
Okay, you need a ride?
I walk over to her. What's going on?
Somebody robbed Uncle Charlie.
What?
Forever ago. He didn't tell me, the jerk. Never tells me anything that's happening to him. But it's somebody, I mean, he's fine. He says he's fine, but he needs to move his stuff, and so I'm gonna go move his stuff.
Oh. Can I help?
Yeah, do you need help with anything?
What do you need? What does he need?
Yeah, who cares about the party? I can call in sick. I own the place.
Yeah, I
Or we can work on the party. If you just need to go and do the thing. I mean, we don't.
Yeah, if you need to
don't
be
have to-
alone or whatever, like we're here to help or not or moral support.
whatever. I just gotta go.
Okay.
Okay.
So y'all are piling up into Amelia and going?
Yeah,
All right.
it'll go a lot
Come on,
faster.
honeybee.
Cass literally just walks over and you scoop up 2 just to get this thing going. You scoop up 2 of these 200-pound boxes of supplies and just
Fling.
walk over, slime them into the thing, step up onto the transport.
Does he know about you and what you can do?
No, I don't think so.
When was the last time you talked to him or saw him? I haven't seen him in forever.
Well, I thought he was out of town doing another of his shows. I guess not.
I can't wait to see his face when you pick up his couch.
I mean, I can't have him worrying about me.
Okay, so we keep it a secret.
So we're just friends from work?
With a dropship.
What's your work?
He's slightly invisible. Maybe we should.
It's okay.
It's a
We
performance
jumped
art
on you.
thing.
It's okay. We can let you do your thing. We do not have to butt in on your whole life right now. It would be really nice to meet your family, but that's okay. We should probably get you to Dr. Patel.
Oh,
Oh, right.
you've found her?
Oh, yeah.
The dead.
Dr. Patel's alive.
And Xander knows this. So
Yeah.
School bus over to
yeah,
drop
yeah.
off.
You get this information dump and the shock and alarm.
But how?
I was.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy,
That's why there's no backup plan. Because we are the backup plan, and if we screw up, our whole world dies.
No pressure.
Here's what I'm proposing for right now. Since I should probably be kept a secret from family anyways, with your permission, perhaps I could practice on Amelia, seeing how far I could extend my range, and
That sounds like a great idea.
we'll see.
And we can see whether I can drive or pilot while you're phasing. Because we have to be in the
Yeah.
practice.
We have to be
Do
blue
we
too?
have to be?
Do we have to be blue?
I'll start designing stuff.
I don't know.
So let's find out. We'll find out.
13 days.
It'll be great.
Blue plenty of time. Hi.
Hi.
It's good to see you. We've been cooped up in the dolphin blade for a long time.
It's been a while, isn't it? But a lot has happened. Are we okay?
You mean getting the blood sample thing?
All of it.
Oh.
That remains to be seen.
How are you?
However a person is supposed to be when they find out they've died a lot of times.
Technically, we should start a club, like
What?
the Dead Society.
What?
Oh, I died. I forgot to tell you that part.
You look great.
Thanks.
For a dead person.
I'm fine now.
That's good.
Yeah.
You got better.
I got better. I was only mostly dead.
I gotta go.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, I thought they were flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cass, are you? Do you want me to come?
Would you?
Of course. Whatever you need.
Yeah, sure. Where has he been living? You said the same place for 20 years.
Yeah, he's actually back at the Kents. He
Alright.
he is on Baldwin Island in a small subdivision that has grown larger and larger, but has been built over multiple times.
It was originally some temporary housing in Kennethon State Recreation Park, temporary
as a tent
tents
city,
in
then-
Kenneth, Kents.
Oh.
So now it is. It was sort of those early blueprinted apartment complexes that were going to be a megaplex, but never made it either because it didn't get the proper zoning or it just wasn't working for the area. But they're large apartment complexes, multi-tiered, probably about 6 stories high, housing up to about 500 people or so. But it doesn't look like they're the megaplexes that you see close to downtown LA. They're not like the Dread style crazy huge towers. Instead, it's about a third of that. And it is low income. And this is a part of the area that is still looks like it's still this is an area that has developed upon a curve that is still informed by what happened on C-Day when LA was destroyed. It's one of those sections of Los Angeles that just didn't take a priority for a lot of the reconstruction. So y'all are, what's up?
I'll put down a little north of the park so it isn't too obvious.
Thanks.
So we don't have a Black Panther moment, kids playing basketball and looking up at the sea.
I mean, that happened last time we
That will
partied.
probably happen. It'll just happen a few more blocks away from Charlie.
Sure. Yeah, the ride over to Baldwin Island is only a few minutes long from where y'all are parked. But, Cass, it's been a while. It's been a long while.
We're not that far from your house, but
I'm curious, has this been on Cass's mind, knowing that you're about to go to the moon? And then this section of your life? I imagine it might be something that you were probably trying to get around to, but maybe hadn't gotten there yet. Or maybe avoiding it altogether. But,
I wasn't sure I was coming back. No,
and now you're being pulled.
quite made up my mind.
Touching down just outside the park area, Amelia comes to a rest, and the ship very gently settles on its weight, and you hear the as the ramp begins to come down again. There are a few people walking their dogs that move very quickly away from the dropship as it touches down. A lot of sky traffic y'all didn't get as noticed as you normally do. And stepping off this platform, Cass, you looking around, and this park hasn't changed much in the past 20 years either. It's still in pretty rough shape. It doesn't get cared for very often. You still see signs that are falling apart that have spray paint all over it. It says, please pick up after your dog, and it's just kind of hanging off to the side near trash cans that look like they've been lit on fire, then put out, and then lit on fire, and then put out. They have that as scoring marks. But every now and then you also see art, symbols of pride for Baldwin Island. You, Luma, stepping down, you can spot some tagging from people that you've heard of before.
They got over here?
There's some of the work here is very simplistic but very beautiful.
Yes.
And what's great
Yeah,
about
is there a moss in this park?
what's that?
This is very
Yeah,
important.
no, absolutely. This is there a
crucial.
moss?
Is there? Yes, there actually is. So let me give you a reveal. There's actually a moss. You can find mosses in the four corners of Los Angeles. So you'll find one in this side. You'll find one all the way over to where Glendale is. You'll find one north and south near it.
Moss ever sprays the Callisto 6 symbol, I will die.
I lose my mind.
Gosh,
So
it's such a beautiful park.
So give
Cass.
everybody-
This was in your backyard?
give everybody an insight to the audience who may not know. Moss is sort of the Banksy of this era, who uses, if I remember correctly, a specific type of fungus to do all of their work. A seeding spray on the wall that actually causes plants to grow into the art picture that they are painting.
So cool.
And you can't
And
get
then
rid
it
of it.
stays.
Yeah.
And then it stays, yes. Which is a technology that actually exists today. It just hasn't been refined to the point of art. Well, at least
Not on this level.
not on this.
Not like Mott.
Right. But yes, the great thing about this, Luma, is as you're stepping off and you're glancing over and seeing some of these taggings, your trained eye, you can spot these are people who don't use stencils. This is like
freehand.
This is full freehand, pure art. Like lots of stuff about Baldwin Island here that people have been
Layers and layers and layers.
adding and adding and adding and adding. It's like constantly adding to a quilt. There's a huge story that's written in the art of the city, and Baldwin Island just adds to it. It does feel very familiar to you, Cass, as you step out onto the soft, muddy floor of this park. And across the street, a couple of blocks down, you can see, just peeking over a couple of the building tops, is the apartment complex where your Uncle Charlie makes their home. And that's where we are.
Paint's the only good part. Welcome to my shithole.
It's beautiful.
It was all park once, apparently. I don't know.
I like it.
Telly.
Okay, well,
Should we go?
yeah.
If you want to invite your Uncle Charlie to the party later, you can use my mom's ticket. She's not going to use it if you want to bring him along, so or whatever. If he wants, to come.
Let's just go find out what's up. I don't know.
Call if you need us. I'll be phasing.
Hopefully.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. You
Bye.
too.
Good luck. Tell him we say hi. Or not. Whatever. It's cool.
Yeah. I mean, and invite him to the party if you want to. You don't have to, but you can.
Yeah. Go Navy Harbor.
I will.
Okay, bye.
So you and Oya disappear down the street, leaving your friends watching after you as you go. As y'all watch Cass and Oya leave, you can't help but shake the feeling it's like watching a teenager going back home for the first time in a while. She just looks so small and vulnerable as she's walking away. There's something about her body, the way she's holding herself, the way she's worried, the expression on her face. And then she's gone around the corner. And the last thing you see is Oya's coat vanishing behind. And as Oya just gets a quick look back as they vanish behind one of the corners.
It's not a great coat, it's a term.
Ascending into the elevators and heading up to the 5th floor where Uncle Charlie lives. You're alone in this elevator with Oya. The metal walls of this elevator have all been tagged and carved up and whatnot. Some of the messages are a little obscene and some of them are ridiculous, like jokes. Some of them are just random shapes. And of course you see the Callisto 6 symbol etched into the metal on one of the side panels down just below one of the floor numbers. And underneath it says, "Fuck the corpse." It's scratched hard underneath it. You both spot that at the exact same moment. And
It's like, what?
Take a picture. Even here.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to take a picture
okay.
and I'll just send it to them right away.
Get in my tablet.
You might hear a very loud.
Walk away. Holy shit!
New screensaver. Nope, sorry, that was Koshki. We're gonna get that one.
Keep that one.
Wow. The elevator door opens. The hallway is actually pretty well kept. The only thing that's kind of unpleasant about this hallway is they always force a little too much freshener into these corridors. A lot of the city air does get in here, but in order to try to, to improve the niceness of it, they kind of overdo it. I'm totally borrowing this from my last place that I lived.
It's real.
Installed an air freshener in an elevator that was like 4x3. It was a closet that just. And then, of course, I'm 6 feet tall, so the air freshener was right next to my face. Anyway, yeah. So you get hit by this sort of Febreze like smash to your face as you exit this elevator. Just, whew. And moving down the hallway, you arrive at the apartment. You can hear lots of movement inside.
Do you
Lots
think
of
he's
rumbling.
seen the news and he's just not telling us?
We're about to find out.
Okay.
Hey, this is Uncle Charlie.
Yeah. I can't imagine him knowing. I don't know.
I think he would be really proud of you if he knew. I don't think he would look at you any differently.
I think he would have liked my sign.
Yeah. And what you did to that statue in downtown. That was art.
I can't believe somebody robbed him. Charlie! Bang, bang, bang.
Containing your excitement, you kind of. But there is a little creaking sound on the metal wooden aperture that is the door. And a few moments later, you hear, all right, holy shit, I'm coming.
Sorry!
The door opens just as you say sorry, and as the door slides open, you see Uncle Charlie just the way he was when he left you the message. You remember Uncle Charlie, wiry frame, tattoos, just wearing jeans and bare feet, stops and stares at you in shock upon seeing you, goes, holy shit, Cass, and leans over and wraps his arms around
The
you.
gentlest managed hug that I can.
He goes, holy shit, Oya, holy shit, holy shit. And brings you into the three of you hug, and then he pulls back and goes, holy shit. Cass, I thought you were going to call me back. I didn't know you were going to come straight here. You should have called me. And then you
I
hear,
probably should've.
Charlie, where do you want this? You recognize the voice from the back of the apartment immediately.
Oh.
And he goes,
Oh.
I didn't know you were coming here. I thought you were going to call me back.
I gotta go.
And on that note, out from one of the corridors steps a woman, freckled face, hair pulled back into a very tight ponytail. Ponytail she's probably worn most of her life. In fact, you know for a fact that she almost never styles her hair any differently. Your mother has always been the type of person that just does a quick chop and pulls that hair back and doesn't give a shit about anything else. She is dressed to look like she is here. It looks like she came straight from work. So she's wearing the sort of dicky button-down top and jeans as well. She also has fingerless gloves on as she's moving some of these
Ma?
items out of Charlie's bedroom and sets it down. And she goes, what did you want And she stares at you. And Charlie just goes, I asked Cass if she could come help. And you and your mom just stare at each other. Did I see you flying on television? Charlie goes, what?
What?
Can I speak to my daughter, please? And Charlie just goes, that's up to her, not me. And you see your mother's jaw clench a little bit and says, Cass, may I please speak to you?
You speaking?
You want to do this here?
I don't want to do this at all.
Fine. She grabs up her keys, pushes Charlie out of the way and says, move. Do you step out of the way? She pushes past, she doesn't even acknowledge you, Oya, and your mom moves down the hall. Charlie goes, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were coming. I thought you were going to call me back. I should have said something.
I should have called in retrospect.
Were you flying on television? What was that about?
I thought you were out of town with the new show. Your subversive Punch and Judy thing.
Well, I've been out of town, but I've been coming back. I don't watch TV much, so I don't know what she's talking about.
You want to see something?
Okay. You want to come in?
Yeah.
You two, come on, get in here. He reaches over, grabs you by your arm, and very gently, kind of like that friend who's really happy to see you, pulls you both in, closes the door behind you, walks over and moves that bag that your mom was carrying off to the side, and then sits down on it and just says, okay.
Where do you need that fridge to go?
I was thinking about leaving it. It hasn't worked in a while anyway. I travel so much, I don't keep a lot of food in it. Don't open it.
Ooh. What's outside the window?
Outside the window is a 6-story drop.
That leads to
An alleyway.
a dumpster.
Do you want there to be a dumpster?
I want to
want
spend
there to
some
be a
XP. We're all here for this. We want to see this happen.
I'll let you do a group spend if you want to divide the cost.
Yeah, how much does it cost for a
I don't have any.
Look, normally it's 3 to change the narrative. I think it's ridiculous to charge you that much to make a dumpster appear for a cool moment. So I'll just say
We're also
1.
paying for no bystanders.
That's correct.
That's
Yeah, that's what we're really paying
All
for.
right,
No,
so we'll meet halfway on this. I'll say 2 experience points.
All right.
To
Oya
alter
and I
the,
will pay an
to alter the
XP.
narrative, and anybody can divide that up how y'all want.
But Oya better
Got it.
record this.
So one experience point.
As soon as Cass is asking about the fridge, I'm like, oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna gently open either window or door to the porch, whatever's convenient here?
It's actually the sort of the balcony area.
Yeah.
So you slide open this glass door and pull open the blinds.
So you don't need this anymore, yeah?
No, I gotta call somebody to come get it.
Walk over.
Okay.
A lot of things have changed. Walk over
You
to the
say
window.
casually lifting this refrigerator up off the ground.
Flink.
Charlie watches you. You walk over.
It's all in the follow through.
It's about a 2-3 seconds.
I'm just kidding. No, that was a joke. I just wanted to make that sound effect like a crash. There was no cat.
Charlie just sits there and stares at you and goes, "Are you on speed?"
No! Charlie!
What the hell was that?
Some weird shit has happened. And there's some trouble, but we're dealing with it. I made some new friends.
Okay. That's cool.
We were right about the corporations. Just super right. So thanks.
You just threw my refrigerator out my window door thing on the balcony that I got.
You were serious about not needing that, right?
I didn't need it. I was
Yeah.
gonna hire somebody to come take it. But that's okay.
I can't believe somebody broke in. Are you okay?
And you just lifted it like it was nothing. tossed it out. It just went out the window there. I'm just gonna go take a look at that. And just moves over and he looks down and goes, "Yeah, it's down there. That is a dead refrigerator."
I can confirm that you're not hallucinating.
Okay. Cool. I was gonna ask that next, but then I was like, how would they know? But if you're offering it up now, then I'll take it. Cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna get a beer real quick. Would you like a beer?
Yes.
I'll
Cool.
take one.
You want a beer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really in the fridge?
They're not cold.
Let's have beer. He comes back, sets a 6-pack down, and just hands it to you and says, pulls out his bottle and looks at it for a second and goes, "You want to open that?" Cool. Okay. Hands you. So the three of you have an awkward silence as Charlie drinks the beer and puts down and just goes,
So I can't fly. Exactly.
"So this is connected to the crazy statement your mom just made?"
Yeah.
What was she talking about?
I mean, I get in fights. This was just a really big one. We're fine. We're fine.
So what, you just been working out?
No, It's a long story. Something happened to us when we went down to protest the corpse and the Measure Z thing, and we're all kind of different, but it's not bad.
Okay. I mean, in my general experience, if it pisses your mom off, it's probably good. I use that as a compass for the most part. I mean, I love her to death, but I've noticed that if I'm unsure, if it's making her mad, do the other thing. And it's probably right. Well, that's cool.
Paying attention. Someone broke into your place?
Yeah, someone broke into the place. It wasn't just me either. Two other units in the building got hit, but over the course of like a few months. So, even if they catch them, they're probably gonna have sold off everything I had. But I lost most of my puppets, unfortunately. So, gonna have to start from scratch on that. I mean, who the hell steals puppets, right? Someone who's. You know what? Let's not think about that actually.
You just broke.
But
How long ago?
this was about 2 months ago. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't look, can you?
I mean, I can try. Yeah.
What does that mean?
I have new skills too since you last saw me. By the way, I'd love to show you my portfolio, but for later,
Sure.
get your expert opinion.
She's so good.
Okay. What do you got? What skills? Are you like a PI or something?
Sort of. Sort of. I look towards. Well, where did they break in? Probably the door, because
Yeah,
we're 6
they
feet up.
came in through the door.
Okay. I look back towards the door, and I'd like to see if I can just look at a timeline. Zoom out and look at the timeline of that
Look
door.
back 2 months to a specific moment and try to find it.
It's Oya. She can do it.
She can do it with
Might as
a roll.
well try. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll let you roll, and it's going to be a spend at cost. Let's see. So here, why don't we do this? I'm gonna have it cost 2 points of mental per month you're looking back.
Okay.
So a total of 4. Your
All right.
edge will take that down to 1, I believe.
Yeah.
So you'll have a 1 point mental expenditure, and then it's going to be a difficulty check.
Okay.
And why don't we set the difficulty for this at? This is going to be 6.
Okay. All right.
Difficulty 6.
So I have 2 shifts for time shenanigans.
All right.
I leveled up on that. Definitely want to spend the 2 max levels of effort.
Okay, so 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah.
So now you need a 6 or better.
Okay.
D20.
And I guess I wouldn't have any other assets or anything.
Probably not for this. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Although we can explore that foci that we've been talking about, like things to channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, wait. I do have a thing.
Wait, I have this black hole grenade cipher.
I have this thing that is.
Could I use that?
I'm specialized in puppet.
Oh, wow. Wait, I have See history. You touch an object and immediately visualize up to 3 significant past events that involve the object or happen near it, starting with the most recent.
All right, then we don't have to improvise that rule set at all.
Okay, it says the events are those that involved intense emotion or sensation or that had an impact on the way history unfolded afterward.
Yes.
Wow.
This would absolutely count.
Yeah.
Great, yeah.
That is a great skill.
So I spend 4 intellect on that, but I mean, I know it's 2 months, so whatever.
No. You got if you got a specific ability for that, that's
do.
going to override my makeshift rule here.
Okay,
So,
cool.
so 4 points
I spent 4
minus,
points.
so it's going to cost
So-
you
so
1 point
1.
total.
Okay.
And then you just do it.
That's so
Yeah.
cool.
All
So
right. And I have an asset on any task to identify the object, but yeah, whatever.
that's such a rad ability.
That's
Oh my gosh, you guys gonna go crime fighting
Time
for puppies?
wizard.
I'm fighting for both.
Time wizard.
Time wizard.
Where's Melissa McCarthy?
So, you reach down and you touch the door, and you close your eyes for a second, and when you open them again, the emotion begins to rush into you. It's actually incredibly easy to find it. And you begin to see Cass and Charlie vanish from your field of vision, just like wipe away. And you see the room, as they kind of wipe away, the room changes too. Objects appear on the sofa, blankets, chairs are now in the room, the refrigerator's back up against the wall. The bags that have been moved into the living room are all gone. And instead, you see Charlie leaning up against the back wall, where near the sliding glass door, and from the looks of it, is in the middle of a throat-scraping session of raw sobbing. Hands up on the side of his face, just holding himself there, and you see a pile of different types of technological gadgets that link up into puppets piled in front of him. And he's rocking back and forth and saying something that's kind of incomprehensible. But you see him he gets up and he walks over and he flips the coffee table. Just goes, it's not even a clean flip, it just kind of tumbles off to the side, spilling some of the contents onto the ground. And as he puts his palm over his face, he just walks over to the side glass door and he pulls it open and he starts grabbing all of the puppets and throwing them out the door. Just one by one, just grabbing them and throwing them. Stupid! Just tossing them off the balcony one at a time until they're all gone. And he slams the door shut and slides back down against the wall. and you begin to see that sobbing again as he just kind of begins to fade from your point of view. And you see the apartment around you begin to shift a little bit as you see Charlie on the phone just going, yeah, somebody broke in, and I lost it. I lost all my stuff, and I'm not gonna be able to do the show. I'm sorry too. It's a real drag, but you know, what are you gonna do? Thank you. No, I'll be okay. It's fine. I've already talked to the police. Yeah, just go on with them. It really, I swear, it'll be fine. I'll figure something out, okay? Turns the phone off and turns and leans up against the wall. And you can tell he's wearing something different this time. It must be a different day. But then you just see the look on his face, just the... Jesus Christ. And then it wipes away. And as it comes back again, you see Charlie on the phone just going, listen, I can't pay you to now, but if you build them for me, I would do them myself. I just don't have the materials. It would really help me a lot. You know, I'm good for it. Like the shows, they sell out. I just need to get it back again. You know what I mean? It's just been really rough. If you could just do me this favor. Hello? Hangs up the phone. On the coffee table that's been righted again, you see an eviction notice. And Charlie leans back on the couch and just goes, fuck. And it swipes away again. You are back in the apartment. And as it begins to reform in front of you and the lights come back, as you begin to see the images of Cass and Charlie standing in front of you, kind of looking at you curiously. Charlie is kind of cocked his head to the side and is just going, you okay? And Cass, you see she's touching the door, but her eyes, they have that distant look and that soft purplish reddish glow for a second. And then it fades away.
I knew you could do it. Did you get it? Who did it? I'm gonna find them. I'm gonna track them down. I'm gonna wreck whoever messed with you.
I couldn't get a good look.
Damn it.
They had masks. I'm so sorry.
Oh, are you like a psychic or something?
Yeah, sort of.
That's cool. Yeah, no, it's okay. Like I said, a couple of other apartments got hit, so I mean, whoever was doing it obviously knew what they were doing. But it'll be all right. But if you wouldn't mind helping me, just like grabbing some stuff.
Of course. I know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. We'll find it, or we'll get him back, or you'll rebuild. You always do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, if you need like materials or anything, like we know someone who has a shop who has a lot of spare things lying around. I'm sure you could come by and pick whatever you want.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I just need to get situated first, but that sounds great.
Would you want to meet? I have a friend who's a builder and a couple friends. One who's a really, really great artist.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I ever told you this, but like seeing your art growing up really inspired me in my own path and, you know, doing VR design.
You see, it's those subtle moments, Cass, when you have a familiarity with somebody and you can predict how they're going to react to certain things. The reaction from Oya's words is 2 steps above what you might have expected of appreciation. You can see Charlie's holding back. You see the muscles clench on the side of his face as he just goes, "Thank you, Oya. That's really nice to hear." But you can tell. You've seen it in yourself sometimes, looking in the mirror. There's every strength being used to keep from being seen right now. Holding it back, And Charlie just nods and goes, "Thank you. Oi, that's really nice to hear. You know, it always helps to hear stuff like that." Yeah. It's not too many people are into what I do these days, you know? Thank you. That's very nice.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for anyone else, but you're so talented, Charlie. Like,
Of course. Everyone loves your stuff.
Yeah, no, it's thank you. That's nice.
I think sometimes people need to hear it, you know?
Yeah, it's nice. Thank you. You feel the agitation starting to rise and says, "That's great." Anyway, yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. It's been a weird, you know, I'm just processing the refrigerator and your mom and stuff, and it's a lot, okay? And
You okay?
he moves over and says, I can finish this. You know what? Actually, I think I'm good here. Thanks for stopping by if y'all want to take off.
What's going on?
Nothing's going on.
You called me on every lie I ever told. You're the only person except Oya who always knows when I'm full of shit, Uncle Charlie.
He glances over at you and just says, "It's my life, okay? I'm fine. I'll be fine. There's no bullshit here." There's no commitment as it comes out of his mouth. Just, "I'm fine, Cass, all right?"
Well, good luck with that. I leave.
Cass, wait. Cass.
Why is he being like this?
The door closes behind y'all. He slams it.
Why was Mom here? Why was he being like this? What's happening? I feel like something's wrong. I don't know.
He wasn't robbed.
What are you talking about?
I think he just got frustrated with his work and he did it. He got rid of it himself.
What?
I saw it. I don't know why. I don't understand, but he was really, really upset. He just...
I'm fighting the urge to just wreck the walls of the hallway.
I think sometimes as an artist, you just can't see what's in front of you and you get lost in it, and then you start to think no one likes what you're doing. Maybe that's what he was going through, but I don't know. It seems like he doesn't have anyone to talk to about it. You can't leave now. I think he really needs you.
Charlie always knows what's like this. I'm the mess.
Not anymore.
Oh, we're fucked.
You want to go back in and talk to him, and I'll stall your mom? If she tries to come back in? Oh God, I'm scared of her. But I can, distract her or something.
She loves you. You know that.
Maybe we can get donuts or something. I'll take your mom to get donuts. You go talk to your uncle.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
What would Uncle Charlie do? He'd go in.
Yeah.
Knock.
What are you doing?
I go in the direction that I saw her mom going.
Okay.
Try to see if I can find her.
No one in the lobby area probably went to the elevator. Probably went down.
Okay.
All right. So you get into the elevator. The second time you knock, there's still no answer.
Knock.
You hear, "Fuck off!"
Fuck in!
You just kind of
He's moving
twist
it.
that
They
lock.
already kicked him out. What are they gonna do?
You easily force that door with one hand, just kind of swing it open. And Charlie's in the middle of moving a few of the beer bottles and just jumps in the door. He goes, "What the fuck? That's gonna come out of my deposit. How the fuck did you do
What if
that?"
they weren't gonna keep your deposit?
Yeah, no, probably not.
Oya told me.
Told you what?
You did it. You
see the color drain from his face and goes, "What do you mean? I didn't do anything."
I learned everything good about me from you. I learned to love my scars from you. I guess I got a little more than I thought. I'm broken some shit too.
You don't know what you're talking about. He sets the bottles down and just says, "It's been really weird around here, and it's like the past couple of months it's been."
Did anyone here vote the right way on Measure Z?
Well, I wanted the corpse to go fuck themselves. You know how I voted, but are you asking about your mom? Because that's kind of obvious, right?
What happened?
I'm getting old, Cass. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I don't know where I'm going anymore. I don't have anything saved up. I grew up hearing about all this shit about how you're supposed to pursue what you love and do what you're meant to do, and I'm old now, and look at this place. Like, look what I've done with myself. Like, I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with myself.
I can't believe you can't see it. I can't believe you can't see what you've done for the rest of us. All over this city, there are people standing up because they saw our sign. And that's all you.
What sign? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Can I flash footage of our big C6 in the sky onto... Does he have any functioning devices?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, most of the buildings come with it equipped. So you bring it up. And he moves over. And you show him footage of that night. Lacey's been collecting them. The little segments that have been popping up where the C6 symbol is shown on the news.
Montage.
It's a file that everyone has access to, because every now and then Lacey likes to remind everybody this is who the fuck we are, so don't forget it. And you see that first night where Kylan Kraus looked behind him in the window to see a symbol. And then Charlie's looking at it just going, "Wait, that's you? What the fuck is that?" And tilts his head as you see a statue just cross the frame. And then a few more symbols like spray painted on walls, "fuck the corpse" underneath it, like a few more symbols spray painted underneath, like train, like near like the walls of train stations, and one symbol looks like it's been crudely carved into the wood on one of the old docks at Raft City. And he's just looking at this, and then it cuts to footage of a young woman hurtling herself, footage that you've kind of maybe seen a little too many times now. Like hurtling across, but I mean, the thing is with all the enhancements, it's very easy to see that it's you with the rainbow colored hair streaking across the sky as you make this Olympian jump 80 feet. And he just kind of watches and goes, "Oh, that's what your mom was talking about, huh?" Watches you land. And then the footage continues just as the gunfire starts and it cuts away. And then it closes with the symbol of Callisto 6.
Eric,
almost like it's a final file.
Does he look proud?
He looks mesmerized. Like, as he's staring at the screen, he just goes, "That's all you?"
It's us.
I thought this symbol was like a cigarette advertisement or something. I thought it was like a new video game or something.
I guess we could work on our branding.
Wait. Holy shit. I don't know what to say. That's fucking wild. I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see you just toss my refrigerator out the door.
But you did that in the hearts of every person who's ever seen your shit.
Cass, I was born 100 years too late. No one cares about puppets anymore. No one cares about this level of artistry anymore. I can't hold a job. Movie studios don't call me back. Like, nobody wants this. Anybody can do what I do now. It's an art form that's dead. Like, no one cares. And it's time to accept that.
I can't. Fuck acceptance!
Wait, what?
Are you kidding? Like, no! What did you do with Uncle Charlie? When someone tells you how it is, you say, ha, no.
You don't know what it's been like. Your mom barely talks to me. You vanished. I just had me and jobs that weren't paying me anything. My savings were dwindling. I've been doing this for so long. I'm not going anywhere. I just began to realize I was going to die alone. And
What happened to Tony? I liked him.
you see, he just says, "What do you think happened, Cass?"
I think Tony sucks. I never liked him.
He was kind of an asshat, yeah. But he wasn't mean to me about it. He wanted more. Okay, so he was kind of mean to me about it, but I think he was scared, and I don't know. I just don't know anything anymore. But it's fucking crazy that you can lift refrigerators and your friend's a psychic.
So maybe we shouldn't be making a lot of assumptions about what's possible, huh?
I gotta start over now, so there's no point in really talking about this. I gotta pack up and, maybe I'll talk to the person at the shop or whatever that your friend was talking about, Oya was saying, and
I call Cobalt.
Here. Yes?
Trust fund kid,
What?
does KP have a spare room?
There's so many spare rooms. Yes. Why? Do you need somewhere to stay?
Is that Cass?
Yeah.
How's she doing? Everything okay?
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Great.
What if I have a friend you could maybe crash with?
yeah, that'd be good. If they don't mind the inconvenience, I can pay rent. I've got a little left.
Would KP want rent paid?
No. He would probably pay someone to stay there. Keep him company.
You want a part-time job?
Yeah, I'll take what I can get. What is it?
Just a really nice, kind of weird guy, but not like weird bad. You'll see. Yeah.
Is he a friend of
this
yours?
House. What?
Is he a friend of yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get out of here. Hey.
Yeah. He reaches down and grabs the last of his bags and goes, "Sorry for telling you to fuck off."
Sorry for breaking your door.
I mean, it's like you said, it's not my door anymore. But I've lived here for 20 years, it's...
You should have owned a piece of it by now. Fuck it.
It stopped looking like the place I knew a long time ago. Sometimes home leaves you.
I'm kind of lying because I have a lot of really good memories of this place, but...
Well, you want to leave something before we go?
I'm not the artist, but I'm gonna go in the back of a cabinet and just pick up any random implement and scratch.
There's an old X-Acto knife that's rusted over as you open it up.
And scratch a little C6 in the corner. Let me get that. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, you should be carrying everything. Hands it over to you. Charlie pauses as y'all are about to stop. As you walk out the door, Charlie pauses for a second. And he looks back at the apartment for a long moment. Says, I'm really glad I can't do the thing that your friend can do. And closes the door. And that's where we're going to go on our break.
We don't deserve you.
Collect your feels and tissues and
Get chocolate.
How dare you?
10 minutes to just cry?
I need a hug so
I've
badly.
already been crying.
I know.
Now we get to sob.
Okay.
I think I
Now
know
we don't
that
deserve
every
the
one of
art.
us who live day to day on the art budget felt that scene pretty hard.
Y'all are rude. You're rude, both of you. I
We're
love
all
you. You're
falling down the
amazing. You're rude.
shame spiral.
So we will be back in 10 minutes, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a minute. Welcome back to Callisto 6, everybody. We're going to go ahead and jump back into our game.
Of feelings. I'm sorry. Sorry, I had to add that.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to have any left?
I swear, if Uncle Charlie doesn't show up at this party, I am so mad.
Yeah.
I want to hug him.
Change the hashtag to We Are Callisto 6 to We Are Uncle Charlie.
Oh, we are though. I feel like if it resonated.
we are.
He's part of it. We are all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are Callisto Charlie.
Charlie 6.
Okay.
All right. So, as everything was playing out upstairs, out on the streets of Los Angeles, Oya has exited the building in pursuit of a woman that is storming towards a car that's parked on the side of the street. You've known Cass's mom for, of all the times that Cass came over and slept over at your place. You two grew up together, really. And, this is a woman that can be incredibly unreasonable, typically thinks only of herself, and absolutely, without a doubt, knows what's best for everybody. You're aware that she has been a huge part in sculpting the defiant person that Cass is today. She was an adamant supporter of the corporations. Measure Z, she wanted the corporations to stay in power and bring in the next era of the city. Like, she is that relative that everything that you think a normal, rational person is going to make sense of, they'd go the other way. And as she's moving out to the car, she sees you following her, and she stops and goes, Oya, whatever you're going to say.
I just stand there.
Have you been with her this whole time?
Yeah.
Were you there when she did that thing where she jumped? Did that really happen?
Yeah.
She walks up to you, and you can tell by the force of her walk, the length of her stride, the clench in her jaw, and the position of her shoulder, she's about to get in your face. And she moves up to you and she goes, did you put my baby in danger?
You think I can get Cass to do anything?
Is she okay?
She is more than okay. She's incredible. She's a hero. She helps people and she saves people all the time.
Well, she doesn't help her mother. And she turns on her heel and starts walking back to the car.
Do you want her to help with anything? Have you ever wanted her to help with anything?
Would it matter?
Maybe it would.
She's never listened to me. She does whatever the fuck she wants. She'll always do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah, she
She doesn't think about other people. She has a family. She doesn't think about us. She doesn't care. She just runs away.
I was gonna point out that she takes after her mother, but now if I do that, I feel like you're gonna hit me.
I'm gonna fucking hit you. She unlocks her car and she opens the door and she's like, look, just... She listens to you. Just make sure she doesn't fuck it up. She gets into the driver's seat and slams the door closed. And the engine grinds up to a start like someone who's just pulling that key a little too hard and just brake start, like angry driving where she accelerates too fast and slams on the brakes, then pulls back, does it again, pulls back, and then pulls out in front of somebody who wails on their horn, and she just takes off.
Typical LA.
I guess she doesn't want to get a donut. Okay. I turn and walk towards my favorite donut place in this neighborhood, which has donuts that don't hurt anyone's stomachs ever.
And
Wish fulfillment.
and 0 calories, and you can eat as many as you want. This is the
magic
future,
donuts.
people.
Magic donuts from heaven. No allergens for any types of stomachs.
It's called Eat All the Gluten You Want Donuts. And they're free and happy for everybody because there's no such thing as gluten allergy in the future.
The best place ever.
You walk into the donut shop, and same person who's been working at this place for 40 years. This woman's father was there on C-Day. Like, this person, she's been around. Her name's Lily. She's been here working this place. It's been in the family business. It's one of the oldest establishments in this section of Los Angeles. And she's always the one at the register. She always looks like she's been making the donuts all day. You know this place usually stays open until about noon before it closes down. But as much as stock as it has, you know for a fact that using what automation she's got, Lily is the only cook here. And then she hires various teenagers from the neighborhood to give them work to like manage the place. But as you walk in, it's getting close to about 11:30 in the morning now. And as you move into the room, it's just her in here, covered with like flour and whatnot. And she's kind of...
I guess I missed the morning rush.
Oh my God. And she moves out from behind the desk. Oh my God.
You remember me?
Again, come here. She moves over and like, she's like, I have flour on me here.
Oh, that's me.
Oh, it's so good to see you. How have you been?
I've been good. I'm so glad this place is still here. I haven't been here in years.
Oh, of course we're still here. Where else would we be? I haven't built any rockets on this place yet. And she moves over as that kind of joke kind of in the back of your mind. You're like, little. But she moves back, and as you see her kind of pulling, again, one of the fun things about Lily is every time she pulls her hair back, she rubs all of that powder into that rich, dark hair of hers that curls up around her brow, pulls it back, and just fixes her hair tie again. All along the wall are photographs. Some of them are the digital photographs that project in 3D, and some of them are the old school, like, paper photographs that you see up on the wall of what the neighborhood looked like before C-Day and all the colored photographs. Some of these look like they've been screenshot from Instagram, which was an app that was around at the time.
Sounds lame.
Very low tech.
Yeah.
So, but you see the history of Baldwin Island up on this place, back when it was still called Baldwin Hills. And you see a very different looking, very sparse looking LA skyline, but a history here. And in the small right corner of these photos, your eyes come to rest on the unmistakable form of 2 kids. It's very... It doesn't matter. You can tell just by looking at Cass that no matter what happens in her life, you're going to be able to identify her by her smile.
And the powdered sugar all over my face.
All over her face. But the 2 of you sitting at a table, it looks like at some point Lily probably came and snuck a picture as y'all were sitting across from each other. So it's like one of those sort of like 80s head tilt pictures where y'all like smiling and as leaning across. And so you see you and Cass as kids basically. at this place, sitting at a table that in the picture looks quite clean, but now as you're glancing over there, you see some of the surface of the table has been torn up and re-lacquered again and sort of like repaired a few times. It's seen a lot of years. And
I take a quick picture of the picture.
Okay.
And send it to Cass.
Okay. So as you do that, she gets behind the countertop and she goes, I'm about to close up. So what do you want?
A dozen of whatever. Yeah, anything.
A dozen of whatever?
Anything.
I'm on it. I'm on it. I know what I'm doing. I am the master. She closed down, and you smell as she opens up one of the ovens, just like, I'm sorry if this is a little too specific or inside baseball, but you know how it smells when you walk on a main street right when you get to Disneyland?
Yeah.
And those bastards are piping the smell of like pastries onto the street because they want you into those damn shops to buy all their stuff.
Yeah,
And
is that
it's
what
true,
it
they
is?
do that.
Oh, it's magic.
So essentially, it's a warm blast of like sugar smell that you get the heat from the ovens as she opens it up, and she says, 5 minutes, 1 dozen fresh donuts. And she loads all this dough that's been pre-made into this machine that immediately just starts spinning and making the donuts rise. You can just smell it all come out. She goes, where's your friend? The one that used to live around here.
Yeah, she's around. She's visiting with some family.
Oh, okay, good. Are you back? Haven't seen you in a long time.
Yeah, no, I mean, just back for the day, I guess.
Okay. Okay, well, hey, are you still local? Are you still in Los Angeles?
Oh, yeah.
Let me give you a card.
Oh, sure.
Do you have a digital thingamajig?
Yeah.
that you can- Yeah? She presses the side. You see there's this little bitty, it's one of the older models that helped people with the ocular lenses actually sync up a little bit. So it's almost like a pair of glasses. It was like the next upgrade. So there's these little like tech
Nubs.
buttons, like nodes that kind of stick on the sides of the temples. And she just presses a button real quick and she, I need to upgrade this thing.
Oh, yeah, the touchless ones are really good.
There it is. And she does this motion and you see coming up onto your screen.
Got it.
And she goes, done.
Do you deliver to Raft City?
Sure. Yeah, I love Raft City. I haven't been down there in a while. They have a farmer's market. Let me just tell you something. Sometimes at the farmer's market, they'll bring actual wheat and whatnot down there.
Actual wheat?
Yeah, they'll bring some of the materials that I can use to make some real good flour. There's different types, but for the most part, no one likes wheat in their donuts. But the truth of the matter is they haven't tasted mine yet.
Wow. You know, I look over at the pictures on the wall. I mean, from what I've heard, it used to be okay, you know?
What do you mean?
Like the things that people ate and did, like wheat, you know, didn't hurt people the way it does now. I just wonder sometimes what it would have been like to live in that time.
Well, if you want to be honestly, there's not a period of history in all the human race that didn't have its own things that were fucked up about it. Good things, but things that were always fucked up about it. If we ever get to a point where things are great, we're fucked. That's just not where we're designed to live, you know? Sometimes a donut has got to fuck up or you don't know how to make a better donut.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, as usual, I've come here for donuts and am leaving with a lot more than donuts.
Donut wisdom. She goes down and pulls out a bag and says, sets that down and says, that is all for you.
Yes, thank you.
Take my business card to Raft City. Those are free.
Okay. Oh, what? No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. You're on my wall. Those are free. Get out. Get out.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. I'm telling you to get out. Thank you for coming in. Come in again. Now get out.
You're my donut angel.
Yes. She puts up a closed sign and just goes like this, and you see this digital image goes appear on the door. It says closed, and she's like, I have laundry to do today.
All right.
Just as you're leaving the elevator, Cass, it's been a quiet ride down, with Charlie, but the ringing in your ears again is sort of this sensation that sometimes home leaves you. Those words that he said to you up there, it just doesn't leave you because of everything that's happened and where you are now and the people that you're with. It's invoking all of these parallels that you hadn't anticipated. And right before the elevator door opens, you see, bing, message from Oya. And there's an old photograph of you and Oya at a donut shop, sitting across from each other as kids. You must be 11 years old. There's 2 empty plates and powdered sugar all over your face. And you've got this big shit-eating grin on, and Oya is doing the sort of the head tilt.
Yes, this place isn't all bad.
Charlie says, what's that?
I'm just thinking about family.
You know, my sister, she's really hard to love sometimes. There's no question about that. And I think you know that better than anyone. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that she's a good person deep down inside, because sometimes I question that. I mean, I know how cold that sounds, but she really pisses me off, you know? But she also showed up to help me move out. And which just makes it frustrating because it doesn't fit into that narrative, you know? Because you want to vilify her a little bit, and then she does something nice. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this, Cass. I just, what am I telling you? You don't already know. Your mom's a jerk, but we gotta love her.
I'm sorry I drove her off.
You didn't drive her off, Cass. She ran away. Every time she's ever accused you of running off, she's talking to herself, and she doesn't know it. I know it. Everyone around her know it. And she doesn't have the guts to listen to that. And you've had to take it. That's why I never got angry every time you ran away. And I swear to God, sometimes I just lay in bed at night thinking, God, I hope Cass gets the hell out of there.
I don't know. She thought she just had to, if she worked hard enough, I'd be out of here.
But then you just figured it out, didn't you? This place ain't so bad. Ding! The door goes, opens up. You see outside the lobby as Oya is standing there with a bag in her hand and a big smile on her face.
God! Give donut. I filled this stuff.
I open the bag and I pull out.
Cass's heel comes bouncing over.
Give donut. I open the bag and I absolutely give donut.
Roll to give donut.
Yeah, Lily's Donuts. It's been a while since you've had Lily's Donuts. She still uses tech to make them all really quick, but she still uses natural ingredients. And it's pure pleasure, sinking into the warm, sugary goodness.
I take, yeah, I'm now eating one too. Is Charlie there?
Yeah, Charlie, by the way, who's not holding anything, goes, oh yeah, no, I'll take it. The two of you load up into the car, and we'll do just a quick cutscene because I can just see this. I can just see in my head a cinematic moment where Charlie just says, are you sure your friend's gonna have room for me? And then we cut to y'all in front of this Beverly Hills mansion, getting out of the car, and Charlie just going,
I know.
is this the part-time work? Am I gonna be cleaning this place?
I think he's just bored. Like a rich person thing.
Rich person bored? Why am I here?
No, Cobalt?
Can I say that I gave him KP a heads up?
Sure. KP would have been like, do I know this woman?
Well,
Is it
Cass?
Oh, Cass.
Yes.
And Cass has
It's
Cass wants her mother to come here? A family member?
A family member, yes. I didn't get quite all of the details, but it is Cass's family, and I believe there was an agreement to protect their families.
Nice.
Well, I suppose. Tell Cass.
Plus, you could use the company.
But if it's Cass's mother,
It's not Cass's mother, I don't think.
I think I mentioned it was my Uncle Charlie. I'm not sure if I did or not, but just message me and Uncle Charlie on the way.
It's one of those like by telephone messages, kind of like, I think someone's coming.
Yeah.
So we cut to the door open and you out there, KP is out there leaning on his cane, looking at everybody. And as your uncle is looking at this place and you're pulling out the bags, he goes, Cass, is that a really old Kylan Krause staring at me right now?
Yeah.
Right, I forgot to mention that. I was like, maybe we mentioned that part?
Mendoza comes and stands next to you guys and says, and just goes, he looks freaked out.
Hey, so, it's a really long story, and hi, KP. I still think money's evil, but, I could really use a favor.
As y'all walk up, KP on his cane that has gold caps on it and just goes, well, you have saved the city and are probably going to save the world, so I think I can do you a favor. Hello, you're the family member, clearly not the mother. And Charlie goes, no, not the mom, more like the uncle dad person. Is probably the best way to describe me. Kind of nods and says, I see.
Yeah.
So you need a place to stay? And Charlie just says, yeah, if that's cool. And Kylan goes, I'm sure that's cool. Well, would you like to show Charlie to his room?
Thanks.
Sure. Can I talk to you for a moment? Hello, Oya.
Hi.
You should talk to me as well.
Okay.
So, you walk Charlie up, and he just looks at you.
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh,
You said
I thought
Cobalt,
I was
you showed
still on the
from-
ship. Oh, okay.
So, are you, that's right, you're not at,
No, we were
oh, you right there. Okay, so Mendoza then.
Sure.
Mendoza goes, yeah. Follow me. No, you're gonna like this place. We've got 2 gyms. I don't even use one of them. I don't know why he has 2. And they start moving. As they move inside, KP walks inside and closes the door behind all of you and just says, I was contacted today. And goes, and you see a message of Kylan Krause, CEO, pop up on the screen and says, well, this message is for my predecessor. I just learned recently that you're alive. Interesting. And surprising, when I didn't think I could be surprised anymore. This is going to sound irrational of me, but I think you and I might be able to help each other now. You see, whether we like it or not, we've found ourselves on the same side. I think you know about our mutual friends who have the energy source coursing through them. It's my belief that they're the only chance we have of stopping our creator. I haven't seen them for some time, but I've managed to gain control of corporate Los Angeles, at least for now. If not by name, but at least through action. I don't know how much longer this will last, but if you're willing to come out of hiding and speak to me, well, I could use that to show the others that it's possible to break away from Fletcher Krause. And if you're willing to do that, maybe we can discuss coming up with a new name for him, because I think we all know that it's bullshit. The persona of Fletcher that he's perpetuated for, well, at least 2 centuries now, needs to be destroyed. And it's time to reveal to the world what he really is. But I can't do that alone. And the Callisto 6 don't trust me, nor should they. But you know what it's like. You know what it feels like when he's in your head, when he speaks to you. And you had the audacity to defy him when we didn't have the strength. I know that I have certain inborn character traits that I'm told I should be ashamed of. And they're true. All of them. I am ambitious. I'm a very good liar. I know how to control people. I don't have a problem killing people. But I also don't have a problem living to see the next day. And I acknowledge that working with those who would try to put me down puts me in a common cause of making sure we all get a next day for that fight to happen. As bleak as that sounds. Then again, with Fletcher out of the way, who knows? Maybe I finally become a legitimate business person. More likely, I'll probably retire. Maybe write a book or something. Anyway, thought I would reach out and see if this would interest you. I expect you'll decline. In which case, our chances drop. But I'll leave that to you. I'm a variable in the system. And there's no one in this planet, literally no one else on this planet that can understand me the way you can. I urge you to call me back. Let's talk. We share blood. I know your thoughts and you'll know mine. No bullshit between us. I'll wait to hear from you. He turns off. And KP turns and looks at you and says, "It's a strong play."
I don't think I can hate that guy anymore. I am constantly surprised. Did we do this? Did we tell him? I don't think we told him, right?
So, how could he have found out about KP?
That may have been my fault. KP just says, he doesn't know about the project. Of that I can promise, but he does know that I've been having to make certain moves in the world in order to get you the materials you need. I knew that it was going to be shaking the ladder a little bit, and I hoped he wasn't going to notice. But I wasn't that concerned, to be honest. Let's be real with each other for a moment. We're in the endgame now. This is all... One way or the other, this is coming to an end. There's no point in hiding anymore. I figured he would find out, and he did, so... I'm gonna meet with him. Not in corporate LA, but Mendoza is setting it up. I thought I should tell all of you. It'll probably happen before you're all underway. But if nothing else, I can use this as just one more reason to distract him, in case he starts noticing what's happening literally right under his nose. You're all out of your minds, and I could not be more proud. But I want to reiterate something. Kylan's not wrong. We share the same blood.
Blood is overrated.
Normally I would agree, but... We've both been engineered with the same coding. For whatever reason, I've had a little more free will than the others. They seemed to be locked into a behavioral pattern. Kylan Kraus will always be a prick. He will always be manipulative, he will always be a bastard, he will always be someone you can't trust. I like to think that I am not that man. But I care too much about what happens to the city to not put this into your heads. Do not let me into your inner circle. I still do not understand the full relationship the clones have with the Fletcher creature. I just want to be sure. Don't tell me anything that's not absolutely necessary. I want to plan for the unplannable. I'm not saying I'm an enemy in your midst, but just in case. Agreed?
Yeah, I think.
I want to tell you you can be anything you want, but also that does make a lot of sense. I'm confused.
Me too, Cass, but I just want to get this right. Who knows how many chances we have? There's this twinge of amusement in the back of your mind, Oya, knowing that you've had at least 3. As KP just kind of moves away, moves down into the living room area and says, I'll keep you all updated as to when the meeting is happening. Moving forward, if there are any requests that you need, send them straight to Mendoza. I will approve all of them. Don't tell me anything else. I can feel it. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen soon. Just be ready.
Charlie likes English breakfast.
He stops and says, I hate English breakfast. We have plenty of it. I never drink it.
Oh, tea.
You told me about, in the drop sheet, you told me about the stipend. That KP could pay Uncle Charlie.
He could maybe help out with he's an artist. He's creative.
Very talented artist. You should pay him to be here.
Does your
Artist in residence.
Does your Uncle Charlie need help? Is this till I get back on my feet situation?
It's an artist in residence.
Am I supposed to know what that is?
Wow. Okay, not a patron of the arts, clearly.
Hey, you got all those statues and stuff. I figured
Yeah.
you wouldn't mind someone maybe doing some commissions around the place.
Yeah. For the betterment of our city and of our culture.
Sure. If he would like to do that, I'm happy to. On the other hand, if he wants a couple of 100,000, just let me know.
Yes, he.
Me too. Hello.
He moves away. He-
Uncle Charlie's gonna be rich.
KP just says, least I could do, as he moves down towards the piano and slides into the seat again. And hangs the cane on the side and just pulls it open and begins to softly play some Chopin.
I was going to say, please tell me he plays chopsticks.
That's all I know.
He immediately just goes, least I could do. You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain.
Classical music at this point.
That's a classic. It's right. Alicia Keys.
Yes. Amazing.
You got that Callisto 6 stats?
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out.
Imagine Charlie in the 1%.
Yeah. So while this is all being situated, what are the other team members doing?
How's
Okay.
that going? Decorating, because I'm useless on a shuttle.
So, or rather, I'm sorry, Hops, you're just kind of sitting back in the shuttle inside of Amelia, just blowing.
Are we still at the park?
No, I
Are
thought
we
we were
gonna do
going
the
back to the
practice?
shuttle.
We're doing
We're doing phasing practice.
Oh.
So we're doing phasing practice, probably not in the park, probably going back to the industrial district.
Cake.
To the familiar warehouses.
The funnel kid.
The rat house.
The
practice
So
red
that way we
tree.
have like basically a practice warehouse. The
Makes it
wall
not
has now
restaurant.
been painted blue, and
The wall
so
or
that
the
we can-
ceiling?
We're just we're
Okay.
not practicing at speed yet.
So once again, Anton delivering his lines as he fixes his glasses and goes, so "Let me get this straight. We're gonna take blue paint.
Yeah.
We're gonna spray this all over the side of the wall. We're
All
gonna
over.
get this whole wall blue.
Whole wall.
And then we're gonna take a ship and we're just gonna fly it through this wall.
Already talked about this, Anton.
And then Cobalt, I guess, is going to you're just gonna phase this an entire ship right through this wall.
I'm going to try my best.
Okay, great. Yeah, great. And that's a good plan.
Here, I could give a small demonstration about what I've been working on. So, essentially, when I would phase through things, it would be a separate state that I would enter, and I shift into my phase state, and I'm completely transparent and blue tinged. Now, normally, and my voice would like echo out, normally this would be the extent of it, but I had discovered that I have this resonance field, and I activate it, and it starts to warp around me. Normally this would be used if I was in my corporeal form, but I found that it extends my range a little bit. Just a second, and I floop back to my normal state, and I hit buttons on the back of my coat, and 2 halves of the plasma rifle come out of my sleeves, and I latch it back together. And for example, and I'll phase state, resonance field, slowly incorporate the gun into that as well.
So you just gotta do that to a giant Endeavor shuttle.
This is about as far as I've attempted.
So we can test on progressively larger objects, and then we can just nose Amelia right up to the wall, put her in, kind of a little bit neutral, and just see how it goes.
Let's try.
You've been changing a lot.
Yes, and I'll...
I like the haircut too, by the way.
Oh, well, that is actually a bit of a triumph. Before, with the hair in my face, it was anti-facial recognition, but I don't find myself needing that anymore.
She was a bear.
What?
Yeah, you want to see?
What?
It's like, speaking of changing a lot, come on.
I'm just sitting in one of the seats and just poof, bear, poof, just bear.
This hair just the nose elongates, the maw forms. It happens all in a time span about 2 seconds. Just claws arcing out of her fingertips until you see a full-fledged brown bear with a top hat on.
I'm just kidding. It's fine.
I'm just kidding. It's fine.
Wait, right, hang on. I have to.
It's okay, it's fine.
Do the hat. Wear the hat.
Oh, I can't now. I've already shaped. I have to do it beforehand.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, but it had a hat. She was wearing a hat.
I could
That's
visualize.
not the only one I can do either. You'll see.
Oh, well, actually,
Oh, go ahead.
While
I
we're-
got excited.
while we're here,
Yeah.
perhaps you could shapeshift into being blue, and I've never tried it with another person.
Oh.
Whoa.
This might be dangerous.
You're about to become a member of the Blue Man Group. Just
I was about to say, I was like, is this
I've
about
never
the blue? Yeah. I'm waiting for paint to fly.
Huh. I tried to make my skin metal before. Can't. I just blue.
Luma, the truth is you've mastered the ability to change your body in such finite ways now.
Yes.
Being able to shapeshift into animals. You're tier 3 or tier 2 now? You are 3. Yeah. So you are advanced.
Quite.
So you just concentrate for a moment, and it looks like a Hollywood special effect. It's just like this
Mystique.
model. Think of it like Mystique. There's not like a scaling effect, but instead it
looks like watercolor going across my body.
Exactly.
Oh my God, you're so pretty.
The archive.
Why have I not tried this before? Okay, do me.
I don't know the repercussions of this. This could be incredibly dangerous.
We're going to the moon.
Fair point. So, yeah, I'll activate all of my abilities and then reach out to you and try to extend the resonance field to her.
So you're attempting to not pass through Luma. You're attempting to make Luma capable of passing through.
Correct.
Okay. So
Am I the right shade?
Yes, any sort of blue.
50
So I'm
Shades of
gonna
Blue.
say,
Got it.
I'm going to say spend 2 points of intellect.
Okay. Normally my phasing is speed based, but I have a one edge in intellect anyway, and a power shift. I have two in intellect, so it doesn't even matter.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you're gonna get this. Yeah, because this is not so much of a. This is literally you're concentrating. This would be an intellect check
Yeah.
here. But we'll go over your abilities before next game.
I have them in
But
front of me.
Good job.
what's that?
I have them in front of me. If you
Okay, excellent.
Great.
So you reach out and concentrating. You actually feel Tristan touch your fingertips, and then there is this strange sensation where the sound around you begins to change a little bit.
That's different.
Starts to feel a little echoey, Like everyone around you is in a hallway, maybe like a dome made of aluminum, and you can just hear this sort of like closeness of the sound around your ears. But then there's also this distant echoing, and the world around you begins to be a little hazier. And there is sort of a blue haze that starts to come across your vision. What are you going to attempt to do now?
So has it kind of encapsulated?
You have activated it, yeah.
I feel strange. It's probably working.
Okay, now I need you to concentrate. This is going to be difficult. Remove the blue from your transformation. Slowly, and I'll see if I can maintain the phase state.
Okay. And I want to, it'll gradient back to normal, and my fingertips will be the last to go.
So as the fingertips begin to seep away, there's a beat, and then you start feeling a wave of dizziness wash over you.
Ooh.
But that's about it, and it starts to sort of mellow out for a moment.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna have to let go now.
No.
And then when he lets go, though, that is when it gets really like suddenly you feel like heavy, and you come back to your sense for a sec. It's not exhausting. It's more of a, I would say it's not a feeling of exhaustion. It's more like
being on a roller
like you just
coaster?
came up from air from swimming in water. So there's just this feeling of like.
We just gotta paint ourselves blue and it'll be fine, right? Is that how?
Well, that is one idea.
I mean, color doesn't exist as like an independent property. It exists in relationship to the light around it. You can shine a blue light on an object in a situation where all it will reflect is something within that frequency range of blue, and then we'll all be fine.
So the Endeavor will just like put up a bunch of blue LEDs, have a rave, it'll be great. We'll just poof.
Kinda,
Right?
yeah.
Well, Lacey has a point, and it's something that I've sort of been discovering as I've gone through these abilities. I think the blue aspect of it is something that isn't essential to my abilities, but it's me. Especially as I've been trying to increase the range, I've noticed that it doesn't matter as much, but I don't know what's keeping me from the full potential.
We have 13 days to practice,
And we have
the
a Dr.
blue is
Patel.
within you all along.
Maybe Dr. Patel can help.
Yeah, because
If we can like,
she needs.
enhance you somehow. I don't know what that means. I mean, we're all kind of learning our thing. I'm a freaking bolt of lightning.
Oh,
Yeah.
literally.
I mean, I don't want to do it in here. I could,
I appreciate you not.
but like, it's super cool. Like, she's a bear, and I'm
Yes.
like a bolt.
I'm a lot of other things.
No, I
too.
know, but I'm just
You looked
saying.
really nice when you were Bluma.
It was an Bluma.
Oh, I even heard the crew lose it on that one.
I can't believe
I got
it.
pictures. You want to see?
I do. Ooh.
It's a nice
Blue's a
shade
good
of blue.
color on me.
Colors
it
are good
is.
colors on you. Look. See? And then I'll color
send it to the
filter
group.
all the colors.
Accidentally send it to the group.
It's in the archive folder. We basically have the group Dropbox. That's where you got
So
the.
everyone's updated this new file.
Yeah, new file.
Pull up my Bluma, my new background, and back to Kochki.
Yes, Cass, y'all are on
is going so
transit
well.
back to Raft City.
Do you think Cass is okay?
As y'all are headed back to the warehouse district where you've agreed to all meet for this testing, and as you're sitting there enjoying a donut, you do see the file come up of Luma, blue with a big smile on her face.
Bluma.
Amazing.
Oh my God, she's gorgeous. Wow.
What are you guys doing?
You all hear that pop up.
Oh, we're practicing.
We're blue. Dabba dee, dabba da.
What?
Could they hear me? I don't know. Sorry. Here.
Xander, you resemble a man who knows this behavior so well.
Yeah.
Hey, Cass, how's it going? Oh, watch.
Rainbow.
Blue bear.
Be a blue bear. You're a blueberry. Sorry, I'm really excited.
Okay.
How does it look?
So
Amazing.
sponsor us, Gummy Bears.
Yeah. Welcome to my world.
I like it.
I like it.
Oh, right. But Lacey.
Yeah.
I've had some ideas with these that the implants that I have. Perhaps there's some way that I could use those as a connection to the ship if I had some sort of physical representation that might help.
Okay, what do you need? I can build it.
Maybe a platform of some sort that's connected.
I want to look around for something that could maybe suit that purpose in this whole, like, warehousey junkyard kind of area.
There's some metal, there are some metal sheets that look like they were used as loading dock platforms that are piled up against the wall, covered in all manner of nastiness, including cobwebs and grime.
That's easy to take care of. I can actually straight up just fire up Amelia and blow dryer it right off.
Yeah. Okay. You all hear Amelia starting to go.
Oh. Cass, yeah, basically the smart people
And
are
then all of a
making
sudden,
this really easy.
Hair's
That
flying.
blistering hot engine starts to come on.
Ooh,
Right,
hair
so-
blow in the wind.
Yeah.
No, yeah. You look like a movie star, like with a beautiful fan machine, and I'm just like a piece of newspaper flies into my face.
It looks closer to right now, considering still a blueberry. You look a little bit like.
Oh, I changed back.
Oh, okay. I was literally picturing Sully when he comes out into the Himalayas. Blue hair just blowing in the breeze.
No, my hair's still blue though.
Ah, okay. Blue hair.
Like you look like a magical being, and then I'm just like, I have like a bird flying in my face, newspaper, trash bag. I don't know, random objects.
As this is all happening, Luma, you see messages start popping up.
Oh.
All about event planning for tonight.
Oh shit! What time is it? Oh, dang it! I'm late.
Oh, do you need help?
Yes, I would love it.
Let's all go. Maybe we can see if we're picking up anyone else.
Yeah. I mean, the party starts in like 2 hours. I should probably go and make sure.
Okay, we'll
everything's
drop you
being
off
organized.
and I'll school bus around.
Awesome.
Oh, we can just have
Everyone's coming, right?
Oya and Cass meet us there. If they're on their way here. If they're on their way here, they could be here any minute. We
They're
can
still on the phone.
Oh, hey! Sorry, I put my tablet.
Is that Hops? What should we do?
I don't know.
Well, I've got to go to work. I guess I'll see you guys after. You're all coming, right?
Yeah, I have donuts, by the way.
Yeah. What? I ate some of them. I'm
We
just saying.
ate some.
Yeah.
You're allowed. How many are left?
Plenty. I'm coming to wherever you are.
What do we wear?
Yeah, it's fancy.
Oh, don't worry about that. It is very, 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 very upscale gala, but don't worry about that. No, don't worry. Please wear whatever you want.
Can we raid your closet?
We can come raid my closet.
You can raid whatever
yeah,
closet you all want.
Okay, great.
And also, if you guys if you want to, buy some new clothes, feel free. The Callisto Fund is available to anyone.
Shopping
I'm not used to
montage.
this. But really though, wear whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay. Oh shoot. Okay, I gotta go. My dry cleaning. Okay. I love you.
All right.
We should
What
do
do
a
I need
shopping
dry
montage
cleaning?
like in Pretty
Wait.
Woman.
And I remembered and I just push the button on my thing, and I am now perfectly decked out in a very extravagant New Year's outfit. It's a full dress of dazzle camouflage.
Literally, like 20 minutes before we went live, we
Yes.
were revealing that it was going to be a New Year's episode, and Gina is like, raids the prop closet.
Give me a key code.
So I need to go shopping because I can't. I gotta go shopping.
Let's do it.
Shopping
Oh
montage.
man!
Touch.
All right.
Do
Luma, do you look like you, or do you look like the head of the museum?
Right now, I look like myself. Okay. When I get there, I'll look like her. But
All right. So we're gonna do a cutscene here. Y'all go shopping.
Yay! We look fabulous.
So, so the next scene, which will let me look at the time here. So it'll probably be the last scene of the game. So, next scene is going to be New Year's Eve party. Does anybody have anything that they want to do before we jump?
I checked in on my mom,
Okay.
and she wanted me to
you
thank all
calling
of
her?
you. Sure, but she wanted me to thank all of you for coming to her Nutcracker performance.
Aw.
We definitely watched it. She was a great rat and a great I don't know, fairy number 7. Anyway,
She's the best one.
she says thank you. Yeah, she was very
Yeah.
good. I was very impressed.
Fairy number 6 was very disappointing.
Okay.
I was just, it's a quick call to wish her a happy new year. And she's doing her thing. She's at like an elegant ball, from home.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
she's in her game right now.
Oh, yeah.
I rated.
What's that?
Sorry.
She gets the call and she's just like, "Okay, sweetie.
Happy New Year, Ma.
I'm sorry. What's that?
Happy New Year, Ma. I love you.
Oh, I love you too, sweetie. What were you saying before? Oh, it's the new year.
Happy New Year,
Oh,
Ma.
happy New Year, baby. I love you.
I love you too. Oh, I'm on a tablet. I love you too, Ma.
Hey, by the way, hold on. And you can hear the jing, the rustling as it goes to a video.
Oh, yeah, we're FaceTiming.
You see her pull the headset off, and you see these red rings down around her cheekbones, where some sweat and the skin has kind of gotten raw from her wearing these headsets all.
I got her a nice fancy sleeping mask for Christmas to help her with
to
her.
mitigate. She just goes, "By the way, sweetie, I'm just gonna put it out there. I know our last meeting was really strange, but if you happen to see Mr. Krause again, let him know that if he wants to stop by for, tea or something again, I'd be happy to have him around."
Oh, I'm sure he'd love that, Ma.
Well, you just let him know since he's your friend now.
Okay, Ma. We'll go out for tea.
Just don't bring your
Theater troupe?
the blue-haired guy who ran really fast. He was moving around a lot.
Oh.
Don't bring him back.
Right. Okay, Ma. Sorry.
He's weird.
He had a lot of sugar. that
Thank you,
day.
baby.
I love you, Ma.
Love you.
Happy New Year.
Love
Mwah.
you.
All right, go back to your ball.
Okay.
Or whatever.
Click, disconnects.
Awkward. I love my Ma. I think my Ma has a crush.
Wait, am I there?
Yeah, I'm assuming we're just on the
Oh, yeah.
on the way to the
Everyone
ball.
who's going shopping is probably sharing this conversation.
Who on who?
Kylan Krause.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna encourage that. We're
Yeah.
just gonna pretend I didn't hear that one.
Probably for the best.
Anyway, montage, shopping montage.
Oh, man. The romantic comedy. I can already see the movie poster. She was a woman that was obsessed with online video games. He was an evil corporate overlord and a clone of some multidimensional being trying to destroy the world. But when they met,
Right? I've seen it.
Tale as
lives
old
be
as
forever
time. Beauty and the Beast in the VR set.
so
I love it. Sold.
So we're going to go ahead and cut to the gala, as it were, the party that's taking place. Again, the museum is a part of Pyramid Star technically. It's one of those big base buildings that surrounds Pyramid Star, but it is only connected to the building through a few series of corridors. For the most part, it's its own separate building. And it is large enough to support all of the, with the exception of the Apollo rocket fuselages, which are huge. It doesn't have enough room in here to support anything like that. But for the most part, you do see some of the great old NASA artifacts that everyone who has grown up interested in space travel has come to know and love. There are replicas of rovers. What's that?
No,
That's
lazy.
it.
Oh, lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are replicas of old artifacts. There's a replica of Curiosity, replicas of, you see there's the actual Apollo capsule from the first successful Apollo mission is in there, that Buzz himself piloted. You all see some of the things that was the pride and joy of NASA space explorations.
Sally Ride display. Oh my goodness.
There is a very
Sally
large
Ride.
portrait of Sally Ride and her mission badge, as well as her flight suit, and a history.
Can I, as we all walk past that portrait, I feel like we all just stop and look at it. We're not sure why. That's all I just wanted to add.
Important.
Yeah. That'll distract me. Let's find some.
No, did we give you a field?
Let's find the right stuff.
Put some fake music
Hold on.
on.
Let me see if I find some. Nah.
Oh, Cobalt liked it.
I liked it.
Yeah, those are combat music.
Oh, that's right.
It's a little dark, but whatever. So,
This seems like a corporate party.
yeah. No, I feel like we're in Shadowrun. So, the museum, this area, of course, it is packed with people who are affluent, is a nice way of putting it. But for the most part, you see a lot of the same people you saw at that convention oh so long ago. Some of these people who have turned, people who are dressed very. These are some of the people that you see that have turned cybernetics into a fashion statement. These are some of the people that you've seen around town that, that wear their privilege on just every inch of their being. But you also see intermingling, and probably Luma's doing. You see a lot of people that you wouldn't normally see at these fancy events that aren't necessarily dressed to the nines in suits and dresses and other wear that makes them look incredibly. They look significantly out of place. The most obvious person here, standing amidst all of them, isn't Kostji, who has shown up.
Oh, we got the invitation.
There is a woman who no one is standing near, who's got somebody standing close to her. Well muscled. She's got that hair that's kind of shaved off on the sides and pulled back with her cybernetic arms and an eye that's clearly not. It's clearly also a cybernetic implant. The left side of her body looks like it has been built. It's very similar to Kostji's look. A little more crude in its delivery, but just as effective, and worn like she wants everyone to fucking see it. She's got just a bikini top on and some like these torn camo fatigues that she's wearing for pants with big boots on underneath it, and then this sort of see-through vest that just goes over and tatted up, and lots of these tats are glowing in the neon lights overhead. So she and her teeth are glowing as well. So she just looks like total future punk rock sitting there. And she's got a cigar in her mouth. And every time like somebody with affluent looks at her, she looks back at them, and every now and then she'll just say, "The fuck are you looking at?" And they'll just move away. But she, as y'all are all entering the place, I want everyone to describe what they look like. But as this is all happening, Luma, she does spot you across the crowd and stops and just goes,
I am currently disguised as the museum.
Oh, are you?
Yes, but
okay. Does she know?
seeing as we are now okay, she knows.
Okay. She stops and looks at you. For a second, she looks like she's trying to pinpoint. And then she just goes,
When she spots me, I let a tiny piece of hair, because basically tall, very curvy, and statuesque woman with long, very pin straight black hair to complement the outfit. I let one piece in the back just stripe down white, so she knows it's me.
When she spots that, she just nods and she puts the cigar in her mouth and she goes,
Oh, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
and then
Oh, sometimes she's a jerk, but Slap is so cool.
Slap is the best.
But yeah, the place is kind of loud. The music, you can tell the rich people are not necessarily used to, although there's a few people that are enjoying it. Lots of people gathered around. A few people kind of sniffing around the area where the Endeavor is because it's closed off, under construction.
I'm just surveying the room, making sure everyone's having a lovely time, and the people that are rich are happy, and the people that are invited by me are also having a lovely time and not being harassed by the rich, and wondering where everyone is and where they are, and just waiting for them to arrive because their invitations have a special VIP, and I want to make sure that the security guards let them in and don't give them fuss. And
We're currently looking at Sally Ride.
So I'm just curious if you would like to describe if you look any different tonight. If you would like to describe what you look like as you arrive on the scene.
yeah, what do I see as I turn and I finally see all of you?
It's totally fine however y'all want to look. But if you did want to change your character look and you wanted to describe it, this is a moment you can do that.
I mean, you see Lacey and you recognize the slightly oversized jacket that they're wearing. It's clearly
Magboard, but make it fashion. And you know whose closet I dived in.
Yeah. I don't have formal wear. I stole it from him. Thank you.
I'm curious what your advice was going to be, but Cass is a little uncomfortable because she has never worn a suit this nice.
We all just drooled a little. We all.
Yes, Cass, yes.
Yeah.
That was my advice. I also advised that it have a little shimmer, like a rainbow shimmer to it. Yep.
Like polished with a vest and a tie, or how are you doing it?
If you are picturing Catra from She-Ra, you are close.
Oh, yes, we are.
So Cobalt has kind of dipped into his savings too, which are considerable.
Savings, really? Okay.
And he's found like this blue leather piece that's the top, and it's sort of form-fitting. It's got like zippers all over, and there's like a faint like camo pattern that runs through it. But at the bottom of the coat, there's like sort of holographic emitters that make it longer. So it's like he's wearing a long duster, but half of it is light blue holographic, and then like tight black pants underneath.
I found a really nice dress. It's purple. I love purple. It looks fancy to me. I'm like, oh, I'm fancy. And I also have like my hair's pinned back all nice, but I have a little hat and a playing card sticking out of it, like a little Joker card sticking out of it. And I've been watching fancy videos the whole ride over so I could practice being fancy. So of course I'm going up to people and I'm like, do you have any great pawpaw? Because I think that's how rich people talk, but they don't, because apparently that hasn't been made in a long time. Yeah. It's a company that's closed down, but the videos said it was fancy. No one's told me that my
Sponsors
tablet.
Great Poupon.
Sorry, Great Poupon.
And I'm like, do you have any great pawpaw? And they look at me and they like, what? And I'm just like, you heard me.
You heard
And I'm like looking at, people, and I'm just like, I'm basically like having a blast pretending to be fancy when I know I'm not. But also, I have a good poker face. I could play the room if I wanted to, but I don't want to. I'm just here for the food. Continue.
Okay, so Oya is wearing a dusty rose, like dark pink rose colored, just like long sleeve, down to the ground dress. Ooh. It has this like little velveteen type of sheen, and it's she's always wearing this jacket, so she's not wearing the jacket for once, and it has like a nice, just like slight V neck, and her hair is up in a series of like poofs that kind of cascade down like an Amazonian warrior woman.
Get it.
And she probably has some beads and stuff and gold decals and stuff in her hair.
I am striding over to them mesmerized. Just those, like, I'm not even moving people out of the way. It's just people are parting with how determined I am to get to my friends.
Does Anton also just look fabulous, but he had 10 of these suits at home?
Anton, yes. Anton is wearing a dark gray 3-piece suit with a red tie.
Ooh.
He has his hair pulled back,
okay.
and you can tell just from the
Stark.
the fingerless gloves that he has his suit on underneath. And the red tie has the C6 symbol underneath it. He has it like on this little, yeah. But if you looked close at the tie itself, you can see the C6 designs and the zigzags. But you have to look in.
He's so
pretty
fancy.
close. And with his glasses, his red glasses that he pushes up, Anton's kind of doing what Hector did to us in the last episode of S.H.I.E.L.D. where he broke out Silver Fox. Except for Anton's just kind of like... Anton does the whole one-handed pocket thing. Like, I'm just...
He's
am I
in his
hot?
element.
Oh, I didn't know. Kind of like...
Look at all of you.
Um,
And I'm not wearing my glasses. That's important.
okay.
I don't know why.
Oh my gosh, you all look amazing!
Do we know? Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
I just.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Right. 2 weeks. Sure. No, this is wonderful. Okay, you're all here. There's a private party upstairs if you would like to follow me.
Anton goes, this is Luma, right?
Yeah.
Let's check.
And excuse me, Miss Curator. Do you have any gray pom-pom?
I keep trying to get
No,
him to stop.
no,
Is that-
please don't.
What
just
is
leave that
grape
hot. It's not-
pom-pom?
It doesn't work.
It's
Just-
like a fancy thing people say.
it's a mustard.
no.
We don't have any. There's no
Why
mustard.
do you want mustard?
Yeah,
It's a mustard?
Who doesn't want mustard?
Oh, never mind. I don't know. Never mind.
No, I don't have any of that, but I do have a small present for you. And I just get really close to Hops, and I hand you a flask with a big lightning bolt engraved on it, and I just say, "Thanks for helping me study."
Oh, wait. I mean, you're an expert in everything, so it was easy.
Yeah, convincing someone you know everything about everything in history is a lot harder than it thinks. All right, if you would all follow me, the VIP party is about to start. And I say that while condescendingly sort of saying that to everyone else that isn't going.
Okay. As y'all move across the room, Sam, Lacey's definitely feeling a lot of the tech in this room, but your eyes fall to Slap, who's in this room too. She is glancing over in everyone's direction, eyeing everybody up, but when she makes eye contact with you, she just goes,
Oh.
and goes back to smoking the cigar, like she's recognized you.
Everyone I've invited has the VIP sticker on their invite, so they're welcome to the...
As you're moving out, you actually see Kosti walk up to Slap and just say, "Oh, there's a nice sword."
Oh.
And she looks over at him and is like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yes." And she just grins at him. And as everyone sort of filters through this back area, going around the side of the end, the bodyguards there, which, by the way, are no joke as part of this setup, they are war droids that are dressed. They are standing up in full right position wearing tuxes. No joke.
They have tails.
And
like
no
tails.
tails at this party.
No, I'm sorry.
Why would you bring that down upon
Oh,
us?
God. Oh, bad bunny, bad bunny. Back to mustard, back to mustard.
As you all approach, you can actually feel these droids are here at the request of the curator. And as you all approach, they identify immediately. You can hear them recognizing each and every one of you as friendlies and to be allowed in. And they just one steps aside, and you hear in a very pleasant voice, which completely contradicts the sheer size and immensity of this machine, go, "Welcome, curator. Your room is prepared."
Thank you. I lean down to Lacey and I just say, I invited them as guests. They insisted they volunteer their services. I couldn't get them to just enjoy the party.
Darling works a lot. It's better. It's more optimized for it.
Yeah, it's what they wanted.
Hi, darling.
Hello.
Follow me. So basically, we go into a service elevator.
Okay.
Which takes us to the very top of the building, which is a outdoor sort of section that has some of the more forgotten.
About 7 floors up, just
About 7 floors up, yeah. It's a rooftop, sort of garden-esque area that.
Is there anybody out here?
There's no one out here. It is pre-set up as like Luma decorated this section of the party, so it's like streamers and lots of.
If you're going to
tinsel
manipulate the
and-
corporations and assume an identity and then take control of the court, you might as well.
Yeah.
just go.
Well.
It is basically the way she's been decorating Blue Dolphin Bay. Just it's fun and festive and looks more like a house party setup. But there's still a lot of artifacts and you know awesome things that would be in the museum that they're just up here and they're less looked at.
So, to add to this,
Yes.
here's another. You can also see a view of downtown Los Angeles.
Yeah.
You can see all the major spires of corporate LA, but one of the things that you all note, you're taking in piece by piece, is from here you can actually see the LA Convention Center. It wasn't too long ago where all of you were there during a night of protest. And almost in stark contrast to the LA Convention Center, hovering up in the stars, is the moon, waiting for you. You can tell from the light that is ticking down from the floors of the skyscrapers that midnight is approaching. You guys have this roof area to yourselves. There is food laid out up here. You can see champagne and whatnot, and the music can be heard pounding from downstairs. But for the first time in a while, there's a quiet. It's with the view of where you're at, looking at the convention center, the moon in the sky, the clock ticking down to 21:20. There's this sudden feeling in all of you that you're between worlds right now. That you're between lives. A life that you were living and a life that you're headed towards. And it's clear to you by the silence that you all find yourselves in that everyone is feeling the same way. And it immediately, you feel a bond between the 7 of you. And Anton just shakes his head and he's like, wow. That's all he can muster.
Hey, Luma.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else up here with us?
No, it's just y'all.
I mean, you look nice, but just since it's gonna be the New Year, what if you were you?
Oh, duh. And as I tap, it just
Tap
sort
your
of
forehead.
it shifts like from the point of contact with the forehead, it just goes poof, and I'm myself again.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get people champagne. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Anton goes, I'm gonna help, I think.
Great.
I can carry a lot. And long, stretchy legs.
Yeah, I need to refill this because I already drank it in the lift. Thanks. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna come up to Oya. It's a lot of pressure coming at you and I guess me too. What if it doesn't work? What if we're not strong enough? Can we start again? How do you do it?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, I believe in you, and that'll help me to believe in myself. Hopefully you believe in yourself too.
I think I do. I'm just still figuring that out.
And that's okay. We have a whole 13 days. 12 days?
Yeah. I mean, you give really good advice. I think you should take that advice too.
Yeah. We're going to save the world.
We're going to the moon.
We're going to the moon.
Hey! Oh, and I grab your arm. I wanted to show you something.
Oh, yeah.
Drag you over to the edge.
Is it museum stuff?
No.
I love. Okay.
No. Don't worry. I take you to the edge, and as you said, we can see everywhere we've been. Look, there's Baldwin Island. I picked this place specifically because we can see everywhere all of us are from. And you see right there, you can see Raft City and Baldwin Island. And look, behind that billboard is technically where Hops' mom lives.
Damn billboard.
And I grab your face and I point it up to the moon. And that's where we're going.
Holy shit. I've been thinking about home and how you know when you find it.
Yeah?
And then I just stand there awkwardly and look back up at the moon.
I don't look back up at the moon. And I just step a little bit closer. And the moment you look back down at me, I very quickly, while leaning in, say, Happy New Year, babe. And give you a quick...
I kiss you.
Grab back.
Lacey, as you're turning around with the champagne glasses, you and Anton go, okay, I'll carry this. Anton goes, I need to turn around. I need to turn back around. I need to.
Sort of flailing my arms awkwardly.
I'm gonna just.
Right.
Anton's torso just
on
turns
your
back.
face.
And says, wow, I'm just gonna take a few more glasses.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to Cobalt, and then
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! The bits that are pink on my hair start to illuminate.
I can't believe you could turn into a bear.
I know. How was your day, by the way? Was it okay? Did you have a nice day?
It was a lot.
I really hope your uncle redecorates KP's house a lot more.
I'm gonna get some champagne.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There's also pizza. I got you funnel cakes. I'll
Okay.
make sure of it.
You hear the soft tearing sound of fabric as a glass of champagne suddenly appears right next to you from about 45 feet away. And
Thanks,
you see Anton go,
Anton.
you need to come over here. There you go.
Yeah, we're good. You guys stay over there.
And then
One-
second glass.
One quick as the arm is in front, obscuring my face from her. Just one quick shoot glance at Lacey, and then right back.
And
Baby, you owe me $5.
confirmed operator Lacey. I still do not understand human sexuality, but this did seem rather predictable.
Should have predicted it then.
Confirmed.
Glug, 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 glug.
Oh, I'm supposed to wait. Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay.
And at
I
about
think we
that
did the
point,
cheers already.
Yeah.
About, and just as you say sorry, you all start hearing the countdown start downstairs.
Right, we were supposed to wait. One for the old year and one for the new year. Is that a yes? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
3.
Oh, we should get on champagne.
And you hear the shouting of Happy New Year as all the lights, the skyscrapers around you light up. And you see fireworks popping off the tops of the building, surrounding, making an aura around the moon. Just these thunderous popping sounds that radiate all throughout the sky as Los Angeles lights up in the middle of the night. And the 7 of you on this roof underneath the moon, overlooking your past, preparing for what waits ahead. You all leave behind 2119. A year that changed you, your lives, and the world. And just like that, you find yourselves in 2120. With nothing but the sky between you. And that is where we're going to end tonight's game.
Happy New Year!
internet, you're welcome.
I was wondering if that was going to finally happen. I was wondering.
Oh, my dude.
Oh, my dude. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm gonna have to start getting used to. The new introduction of our year. Of our porg, as Sam likes to say. So Saturday, March 30th. I'm gonna give you guys real quick before we sign off. I'm giving you guys con information. I don't know if I can do this in 1 minute, but Saturday, March 30th is our panel Relics and Rarities. It's gonna be from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. and then at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. is Nerdist News. And that's in 300B. You'll find the rooms. I'm just gonna tell you the times. 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. That's the Geek and Sundry, the State of the Sundry, which is kind of like our big. That's with Ivan Van Norman. Is this the one that we're on?
No, next one.
No,
That's
next one.
8 p.m.
And then 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. is the Science of Avengers, which Kyle Hill's doing. That one's going to be pretty rad.
Very cool.
And then 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. is our Geek and Sundry All Things RPGE, which is the one I'm hosting and that we're going to have a bunch of us on. And then after that, at 8 p.m. to 11 p.m., to close it out is the Vampire by Night live show. So if you're going to be at WonderCon, guys, definitely see it. And for those of you who are asking if Vampire that live show is going to be broadcast, I don't know.
I think
it will be.
It won't be broadcast live.
It won't be broadcast live, but the VOD will be available.
Okay.
We really shy away from doing any kind of game that you guys can't watch. So the answer is almost always going to be yes. You're probably going to be able to see it. More information on that will be coming soon. We're going to have to sign off here pretty quick. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. We will catch you back here next Friday at 4 p.m. And until then, everyone, as always, stay whimsical.